Water.
Earth.
Fire.
Air.
The false Avatar Yun and his destructive campaign of revenge is at an end, brought down by the true Avatar Kyoshi. But the delay in locating and training her, as well as the disastrous actions of Earth Sage Jianzhu, have left the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable. Bandit groups known as Dao Fei vie for power and territory, and even the citizens behind the walls of Ba Sing Se are not safe. Remnants of the Fifth Nation, a southern water tribe pirate group, and the Yellownecks, a particularly brutal outlaw organisation, still linger in the shadows, waiting for the opportunity to strike. With the Earth Kingdom in disarray and Kyoshi needing competent allies to help restore balance, who will answer the call?
G'day, I'm Brandon. I'm playing Keeko Moo, Waterbender from the Southern Water Tribe, and I'm just looking for a good time.
Hello, my name's Andrew. I'm playing Jedd, the disgraced Airbender.
Hello, my name is Archie. I play Ted, the Airbender. I'm travelling with my brother Jedd to assist Kyoshi in her fight.
Hi, I'm Bree, and I'm playing Lilly Hannah from the Earth Kingdom, and she is a small child who gets in trouble.
Hi, I'm Dragon. I'm playing the character Tilla, who is a Sandbender from the Earth Nation.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Avatar Legends campaign, The Legacy of Kyoshi, which starts right now. Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of The Legacy of Kyoshi may contain adult language or adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello! Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Lost Archives. It is wonderful to see all of your gorgeous faces once again. We are here. We are playing Avatar Legends, our special campaign, The Legacy of Kyoshi. I believe this is episode 26, 27 of the, what did I say we're going to do? 5
20?
episodes, 10 episodes. So
15, I think.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us for this, I guess, extra episode. Quick announcements to share. First off, we've got 2 apologies for tonight. Brandon and Andrew both are a bit under the weather. They're unable to make it tonight, which is big sad, but that's all right. We'll power on without them. Who needs them? Second announcement, if you're watching this live on Twitch, you're watching this on a Tuesday night, which is new. We've now switched our days around, so Avatar will be on a Tuesday. For those of you who listen to the podcast and watch on YouTube, the good news is this means you'll get your Avatar episodes earlier. So the new posting schedule, you'll be watching this, or you are watching this and listening to this on a Friday, which means Return of the Giants will be on the following Monday. So I've kind of moved the recordings around a little bit to compensate. But it does mean that you get to listen to your Avatar. You get your Avatar fix a couple of days earlier than you normally would. So that's good news. Exactly, right? How exciting is that? That's probably the main announcements. Oh, I do have a quick, this one's not so much of a fun announcement. Obviously, over in America right now, there's some pretty awful things happening around LA with the fires that have spread really rapidly. We just want to say, as Australians, we have a lot of empathy and a lot of sympathy. We know what horrific fire damage looks like. I hope everyone who's over in that area is staying safe. I hope you're all okay. I hope it hasn't been as disastrous as it looks on TV and on the news, because it looks pretty awful. So I hope everyone's staying safe, and I hope everyone's okay. Yeah, as Australians, our hearts go out to you. We know the pain that you're going through with the bushfires over there and with the fires that are taking over. It's really, really bad. So I hope everyone's staying safe. Yeah, hope you're all okay. I guess we also, as a change of tact, also want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, because this is our first one back for the year. It's a complete tonal shift. I hope you had a really lovely Christmas break. Hope the New Year's treating you well. Doesn't really feel like we're already halfway through January 2025, but here we are. It's been really quick. I've had my birthday over the holidays because my birthday is so close to Christmas. It may as well be the same day, which is
You're
worst.
like 57 now, right?
Yeah, 31. So same.
Same thing.
same. Yeah. It does feel like that sometimes, for sure. So yeah, it's.
I thought your hair looked a bit grayer.
Yeah, I've got a couple of whiteys coming through. It's funny, depending on my stress levels, I'll get some more white hairs coming through the beard. And so because I've had a really lovely, relaxing holiday, most of them are gone. But I guarantee, we'll come back in 2 or 3 weeks, you start to see the white hairs coming through again. It's really funny. It's very, very rapid response to stress. I start getting the white beard hairs and more of the white hairs around the temples, which is quite funny.
Ages you, Quickie.
Yeah, that's it exactly. yeah, that's all the fun announcements from me. Any other fun announcements from anyone before we do the recap and jump in? I've got an extra long recap because it's been a hot minute since we were last here. I want to make sure we're all back up to speed. No, everyone's looking like they're ready to go. Cool.
Archie.
Can't think of anything.
You had some good news, Archie.
Oh yeah, I don't need to move out.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, I found out an hour ago.
Congrats, man.
Change of plans. Archie gets to stay in his house.
Yay!
Nice.
We are very happy for you. I'm a bit disappointed that this isn't going to force you to move up to Queensland, but that's okay.
Yet.
Oh, that's good. Okay, keep me on the hook, eh?
Yeah.
Keep dangling the promise of.
I'll dangle you. I'll dangle it in front of you.
Okay. On that note, let's do our recap and let's jump into the session. So yeah, as I said, I've got a bit of an extra long recap just to catch us up because I know, even me with my fairly decent memory, I was like, oh, what happened? It's been a while. It feels like it's been more than 3 weeks. So let me do the recap. Let's jump into the session. It's been 3 years since the false Avatar Yun has been struck down, and the world now knows the name of the true Avatar, Kyoshi. With the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable, Kyoshi and her partner Rangi have moved out to the Akoya Peninsula, sending out a message to each of the 4 nations. Come and help the Avatar build a better future. Answering the call are brothers Ted and Jedd of the Air Nation, Keeko of the Southern Water Tribe, Lilly from Ba Sing Se, and Tilla from the Siwong Oasis. After capturing some bandits plaguing the nearby settlement of Koru, the team are tracking missing cargo and pirates in the ocean surrounding the Southern Water Tribe. Now teamed up with Avatar Kyoshi and 3 pirate hunters, Kiyu, Yara, and Ko, the team have arrived on a small island off the coast of the Southern Air Nation archipelago, having followed clues leading them to a secret meeting between the Fifth Nation and the Yellowdecks. After disguising as bandits and successfully infiltrating the pirate camp, the group hurried over to the beachhead. Stepping out onto the beach, the team was surprised to find the leader of the Yellowdecks, King, standing amongst the bonfires on the beach, before heading inside the largest tent at the end of the strip. With King now out of sight, Jedd strode over to the remaining Yellowdecks, while Lilly planned to sneak aboard a Fire Nation ship in search of blasting jelly. While this was going on, Ted had stuck to the shadows with the pirate hunters, but seeing his brother Jedd struggling to talk to the Yellowdecks, he decided to reveal himself by blasting air at him and the nearby bandits. The entire beach was plunged into chaos as the benders amongst the pirates began to unleash shards of ice, stone, and blasts of fire up towards Ted. Fleeing to the air temple, Ted's flight resulted in large quantities of shrapnel to rain down upon the pirates, the bandits, and the party. In the aftermath of this, Jedd attempted to chat up the Yellowneck lady he had saved previously, but the conversation quickly got away from him, Jedd accidentally pointing Lilly out to her and then just standing back as she marched into the tent to talk to King. Realizing he might have fucked up, Jedd rushed over to the others, but when Crake started questioning what he was doing, Jedd just kind of stood there for a bit. Not sure what was happening to him, Keeko, Lilly, and Tilla stuck around for a few moments, but this proved to be a potentially fatal mistake. Striding from the tent, King marched across the sand, and as soon as he caught sight of Lilly and Tilla, called out for the rest of the camp to seize them. Meanwhile, Ted rushed back to the Southern Air Temple, hoping to convince the monks there to assist him in taking out the bandits back on the beach. After pinning yet more shit on his brother, Ted's mentor Sayan spoke to the monks, explaining the situation and allowing them to choose whether or not they were going to help. With only 2 monks willing to fight, a brother and sister called Numul and Lishi, Ted sped off back to the island with his new allies. With the situation back at camp now rapidly falling apart, Keeko and Lilly tried their best to keep the Fifth Nation on side, leaning heavily on the connection they had formed with the pirates, and leaning into the lies they had already told them. With the situation between the Yellownecks and Fifth Nation resembling black powder ready to go up, Lilly leaned in and lit the match, goading King into throwing the first punch. Admiral Kong, leader of the Fifth Nation, advanced forwards, demanding King stand down if he wanted to keep his hand, glass beginning to swirl around his fingers. King used this opportunity to call out Jedd as an airbender and Tilla as a sheriff from the Siwong Oasis, calling upon Jedd to remove his gloves and show his tattoos, and the pirates to search Tilla for her badge. With the whole situation falling apart once more, a sudden green blur dropped from the sky and landed on the beach. As the blue glow flashed behind her eyes, Avatar Kyoshi called out for the bandits and pirates to stand down or face the wrath of the Avatar. While many of the pirates fled before the wrath of the Avatar, Admiral Kong acted almost instantly, bending a vortex of glass around Kyoshi and trapping her within. With the beach now a battleground, Lilly rushed aboard the Fire Nation ship and secured some vials of blasting jelly, using a fuse to set the large barrels on a countdown to annihilation, before making a hasty retreat from the boat. Meanwhile, the rest of the party fought off the pirates and Yellownecks, managing to free Kyoshi from the whirlwind of glass and regroup on a small bluff overlooking the beach. Not a moment too soon. As the countdown reached 0, the blasting jelly on the Fire Nation ship exploding into an enormous fireball, covering a large portion of the beach and knocking all nearby to the ground. With the explosion almost wiping out the remaining pirates and severely injuring King Kong and Crake, the fight only lasted a few moments longer. The Avatar decapitating the captain of the Fifth Nation and King falling to injuries sustained by shrapnel from the ship. Just managing to talk Kyoshi down from executing Crake, the team picked through the remains of the campsite, reuniting with the pirate hunters and slowly starting to realize the scope of the damage they had inflicted. Keeko quickly realized he had not seen his friend Sonak since the combat broke out and began to search the beach for him. Assisted by Tilla and Koz, Keeko followed tracks in the sand which eventually led them to Sonak, still bound but safely hiding away from the beach, having escaped in the chaos. Over with the Airbenders, Ted was rebuked by Lishi and Numal, furious at being used by him and promising to report the violence he and his friends had unleashed to his master Sayar. Lilly, meanwhile, spotted a familiar figure, the assassin Tomiko, up on the cliff tops. Following her, Lilly met with Laoge and was part chastised, part trained and celebrated for her quick thinking. Yeah, for her quick thinking with the blasting jelly. A future with the assassins now on the cards for Lilly, she made her way back down to rejoin the group. And that is where we left off last session. Lilly, you went and picked up a few water skins to kind of pretend that that's what you'd been doing, not going and hanging out with assassins. And you know that Tomiko and Laoge don't really want Kyoshi to know that they're there. So this was also partly to conceal their presence as well. And as you head back down the beach, you can see Keiko's currently sitting with Ko and with Sonak. You can see Sonak is looking around a bit singed. You can see that some of his hair is covered in ash and soot, but overall he looks actually pretty okay. Under the gaze of the pirate hunters, Kiyu and Yara, you can see Crake is bound with his arms behind his back, still kneeling on the beach where he had been, threatened by Kyoshi, where she had begun the process of executing him before you stepped in. You can see he's very warily watching her. Kyoshi at this point is actually standing down over near the water. You can see that she's washing blood off of her hands, off her arms, and off her clothing in the salt water of the ocean. And Ted and Jedd, you guys are currently standing off on that bluff where you guys fled to when the boat detonated. Ted, you gave your staff to Lishi. So I think the last thing that you'd had a conversation with Jedd was Jedd kind of noting that you didn't have your staff anymore, and I think you lied to him and told him it was broken.
Yeah, I believe I did.
Yeah, so that's where we left off last session. We jump back in right at that point. Lilly, as you begin marching down the side of the bluff, a few water skins under your arm, carrying about 5 or 6 water skins filled to the brim with fresh, clean water. As you gaze down upon the scene before, you can still see the Fire Nation ship. Parts of it are still on fire, burning away as the wreckage clatters up and ruins the beach. This pristine, natural, gorgeous place, like Whitehaven Beach, and it's just now littered with an oil tanker that's been detonated on its shores. If you can imagine the devastation that would wreak, that's the sight you are greeted to as you walk down the bluff, Lilly.
Try really hard not to have like a proud grin on my face. I'm going to walk over to Ted and Jedd were like up on the bluff. I'll go give them 2 water skins. I'll take some water skins down to Ko, Keeko, and Sonak. I'll give them 2. And then I'm going to walk over to... Where was Tilla?
Tilla was with Sonak, Ko, and Keeko. I was going to say,
did you want to stick
with them, or did you want to go do something else, Tilla? I was going to throw to you and ask what you wanted to do, if you wanted to stick with Keeko, Ko, and Sonak.
Stick with them.
Stick with them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you a water skin as well, and then with the 1 remaining water skin that I have, I'll wander over to Crake and just say, hey, you look a bit parched. Would you like some water? Might help get some of the smoke and debris out of your mouth.
Is it water, though?
Is it what?
Is it water, though? Is it actually water, though? Is it water, though?
Yeah. I don't know. You tell me. I got it from your hideout.
Sort of looks at the water skin, nods.
You can sniff it if you want. Do you want me to pour some in my hand so you can check first, or...
You have a swig first, lass.
Okay, I'll take a swig.
He watches, sees a little droplet of water on the side of your mouth as you swallow. He nods, pulls his arms
Okay.
underneath, and then holds out his hands to take the water skin from you.
Oh, his hand's bound in front of him.
His hands are bound behind him, but you watch as he sort of like leans over, pulls his feet forwards, and then brings his hands forwards and takes the water skin. You watch as Kyu looks
Smart.
down, sees him do this, and goes like, "We need to do those tighter. I'm going to be doing those tighter once you've had a drink."
All right, I'll pass him the water skin.
Thanks, Thus.
What is he chained up with? Is it
Ropes.
Like,
he's not chained or
ropes?
handcuffed or
Okay.
anything. It's just ropes. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I won't do that. Okay. Don't worry about it.
I pour blasting jelly down his throat.
No, I would not do such a thing when I
Yes,
just
you
got
would.
told off by Largo.
I'm sure you
not
did.
if Largo is still watching.
Larga's always watching.
I know. I don't like that. I feel like I have a parent, like a helicopter parent behind me all the time now.
It is a helicopter parent. It probably is.
It's just an immortal assassin.
More so than Tilla. So what's the plan from here?
Which is Kyu turns towards you, looks at Crake, and then gestures for you to walk a little bit further away from Crake to discuss the plan. He just shakes his head, bows his head, and takes another sip. But as soon as you're far enough away, that Kyu sort of looks back and goes, "Well, we can still claim the bounty on a number of these pirates. Most of them had bounties for them dead or alive, so we can at least claim the bounties on most of them. And we can't just leave the bodies out here. I was going to ask Ko and Keeko if they could help me collect the bodies, but they seem... It's not the chief's son, is it? That looks like Sonak.
Probably not.
They're dealing with whatever that is. Gather up the rest of the bodies later.
Out of curiosity, I have 3 bounties on me. Do any of those match the people on the beach?
So we're going to roll with push your luck, and we're going to see.
Okay. I forgot about that. Push your luck. 12, absolute success.
Yeah, 2 of them.
All 3 of them?
Jesus.
Two of them do.
Two of
As you go through the
Okay.
bounty, well, I mean, maybe the other one does, but like as you look at one of the bodies in the water, there's no face left to recognize it. Lily, as you look, you're like, well, I don't know who this is. The other 2,
Can we get
though,
some
yeah.
dental records or?
I mean, you could if there were teeth left. Hey, you detonated this. You got to deal with the consequences of your actions.
There's
Well,
still teeth. They're just not in the face anymore.
yeah, you got to
Yeah,
go
we gotta
collect them
find
from
them.
the beach. Yeah.
I
It's
would
like
like to say
snow.
that I'm looking through these bounties
Yeah.
after speaking to Kiyu and walking away. I have not just pulled the ones out that we stole from Kiyu in front of her.
I figured. As you pull out the bounties, have a bit of a look, you just wander away. Key just sort of goes, okay. Nothing else to say. Just wander off. She then goes back to look at Craig. As you pull out the folded paper, looking around carefully, making sure no one's watching. You're confident that you've got a bit of alone time. Have a quick look. Walking around. Yeah, one of the Fire Nation... no, it's not Fire Nation. One of the Firebenders who was with the Fifth Nation, you can see the face matches almost entirely, even the same scar down the side of the face. Yeah, I mean, they're worth 200 gold. Oof.
I will go over to Jedd and let him know because he's the one who gave me the bounties.
Nice.
And then I want to go to Tilla because I don't know how to claim a bounty.
That's a
So
good
I'm going to
point.
walk over to Tilla and be like, hey, Tilla, how do you go about claiming a bounty for a dead person? You do this for a living, right?
Yeah, yeah, but the part where the person playing Tilla doesn't actually know.
Dragon might not know
What?
this, but Tilla, you would know that.
Yeah, which is why I'm like, Tilla does, Dragon
Tilla
does
knows.
not.
Yeah, Tilla opens her mouth and this wisdom spills forth. You know that you can, I mean, where you would normally return your bounties is to the sheriff's office. I mean, most of the bounties were issued straight out of the sheriff's office. Normally the way that it works is that
What do you do when someone's dead?
What was that?
Do you bring the corpse?
Anything that
Just
would
the head?
identify, anything that would identify that it is the person. This is pretty grim, but like the head's the easiest one to bring. Sometimes people will take an impression. So some earthbenders, Tilla, you would know that some earthbenders use clay to take an impression of the face and they'll bring that back as proof rather than transporting a whole body. Lilly? Bree?
Would the stone dagger I have from Tomoko be able to behead a dead body?
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
theoretically, yes. Practically, it's going to take time. You're going to have to saw. Like this is, so the way that a dagger works, a dagger is a piercing weapon. The way that a dagger does damage is it pierces through. For you to cut with it, you're going to have to saw. Yeah?
What about the sharp glass shard that I have instead?
Again, same issue. It's not like
But it
you
doesn't
can...
have like a sharp edge or
Oh
anything.
yeah, it has a sharp
just-
edge. Glass has a super sharp edge. It's just
Yeah.
so for you to hold the glass, you're going to have to bind it with something so it doesn't cut you, and then you're going to have to cut through. Like the flesh won't be too much of a problem. Bone's going to be an issue with glass, though. You know that the.
Okay,
bone's
hear
gonna
me
be-
out. What if
yeah.
I wrap some flammable twine around their neck,
And detonate
coat
that.
it in a little bit of blasting jelly,
Yeah.
and detonate it? Will that blast their head off, or
It
will
might
that
do.
potentially make it so they're not recognizable anymore?
Yeah, I mean, look,
I'd say I'd go with the latter on that one.
I'm gonna say in game. I look, Lily, you don't know. You've never done this before. Out of game, it sounds like something the roll of a dice might decide.
Because I also have charcoal dust, so I could make like some kind of impression of their face on some paper of some kind.
Yeah, Tilla.
That's
I mean,
probably the easiest way to
Tilla,
do this.
you know that the clay impressions. So it depends who's issued the bounty. If the bounty's been issued by law enforcement and it's a law enforcement official claiming the bounty, they're perfectly happy with it to be even like an item from the person. Like it might be something that identifies them, could be like an impression of the face. If it's a bounty hunter not officially known or not well known by the agency, by the sheriff's office, for example, in C1, they might not honor something like that. So it's pretty grim, but often, unless you're known to the other law keepers, the lawmen and women, you're going to be bringing in a body or a head. If you are known to them, you can use much more simple methods that don't require you to be carting around body parts. Archie.
Follow up.
Oh,
Sorry, you go.
these are going to be great. I'm looking forward to these questions.
The 4 to 5 large pieces of waxed leather that I
Yes.
have, could those
To make grenades, to make smoke bombs. That's what they're there for. Yeah, waterproof smoke
would
bombs.
I be able to use that to wrap a head and stop it from smelling and decomposing to an extent so that it doesn't like make my bag all gross?
Yeah, I mean the two easiest ways to slow the degradation of flesh are cold and salt. But wrapping it up and keeping it away from the air won't hurt, definitely.
I mean, I could definitely try to find some salt where right next to
I
it
mean,
is salt.
I'm gonna throw you a bone because it's been a
Basically.
bit of time, but you do travel with a waterbender who can freeze things on command. I'm just gonna throw you that one for free. I don't need to be a dick. Your mum Bree has raised a good point.
Claiming the
I know she has. I was gonna ask if they have any tattoos.
Yeah, if there's a
that I
tattoo
can
you can
skin.
cut. If it's an identifying tattoo that's listed in the description, you could definitely cut that off for sure. Still pretty grim. You're still
Okay.
carrying around body parts, but at least it's something that you can kind of like. Skin can be preserved like leather. I mean, if you think about it, leather is a bit fucked. So it's just animal skin, right? So you could do this. You could do the same thing with human skin.
This is just more and more leading into the idea that at some point Lilly is a serial killer who takes trophies
Yeah.
from people's bodies.
This is my
Like, are
favorite
you
gallbladder.
planning-
I collected this from some young waterbender. Yeah.
I was gonna say, are you planning on handing this in without me?
No, she's keeping these for herself. These are for her. Tilla. Archie, you had a question?
Yeah, but I don't want any part of these. Taking freaking back.
What's to stop
Yeah.
Tilla from just being like, yeah, I killed them, or yeah, they're dead, if she doesn't need to bring the body or anything?
Oh, so that's what I mean. So if you're known to law enforcement officials, so Tilla is far more likely to be
Like a
successful with this.
trustworthy.
Tilla has a badge of authority that says, I'm a member of the sheriff's department. Like these are the wanted posters. I have killed these people. If you want to go collect them, I've buried them out here in the desert. Like you can until you know that as a sheriff, and with your dad being like you're a deputy, right? So with your dad being the main sheriff of the Sibling Oasis, there's a bit of nepotism that you've experienced. So your view of how this process goes, you've had the smoothest ride possible. It's like you just come back, you're like, Daddy, I killed this man. And he's like, well done, lady. Hands you gold. Like, very easy for you to say and not have to prove it. But you know that other people have to work a bit harder to prove it. There's nothing stopping you coming in and saying, I'm a sheriff from the Seawong. I tracked these people down. They're dead. These are the bounties. Can I collect them? You don't know how successful you'd be in the Water Tribe. If this was the Seawong Oasis, Tilla, you're pretty confident they would hand over the gold. No questions asked. But in the Water Tribe, you might have a bit more trouble. You might need to provide a bit more proof.
Along
What if you
that
just call
vein,
Daddy?
What if you just call Daddy?
Yeah.
I'm curious. How does one just call Daddy?
Well,
Yeah,
she could
it's
just
not like,
she can just
not like
call her
telephone
dad.
abuse.
I don't know, Hotmail or something.
Hotmail? Is that like a Fire Nation thing where like you set a letter on
Yeah,
fire
the
or something
Fire
to
Nation
transport?
bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An Ember Hawk? Yeah, look, if you can locate an Ember Hawk, you could send a message to your dad, yeah, for sure. But like, it's not like he's gonna... You can't really send like a pouch of gold back with the Ember Hawk. Like, you can't trust you're gonna get that back. It's not gonna arrive.
Yeah.
So, along the same vein as like Tilla being trustworthy and pretty much just being able to say, yep, this person's dead, give me the bounty. Kiyu, Yara, Ko, they are bounty hunters. So,
Official,
the
well-known
best-
pirate hunters from the Southern Water Tribe. Yeah, for sure.
okay. So,
Considering these are, Fifth Nation bounties? Probably.
Issued by the
Yeah.
Water Tribe. I mean, the wanted posters you have, Lily, are from the Southern Water
yeah,
Tribe.
I stole them from Kiyu.
Yeah.
What if we let Keeko collect the bounties on the Fifth Nation maybe?
I feel like that's a terrible idea.
I love it. That's a great idea. That's a good idea. I like that.
Let's do it.
No, let's do that.
Stop it.
Let's do that. Can I just say, I find it very, very funny that you're putting more thought into how to dismember these people to claim the money on them than anything you've put into, like, any other decision you've made. You've asked me more questions and genuinely thought through the consequences of your actions more in this moment than any other. And I'm not just talking about Legacy Kyoshi. I'm including Embers of War in this as well.
Yeah.
I'm not passing any judgments. I'm just saying maybe that's worthy of reflection.
I don't know, that feels a little judgy, you know?
I'm just 100% judging.
New year, new Bree. We think about our decisions before we make them now.
How long is that going to last for? Like, is it going to be like most New Year's Eve decisions where you abandon them within 3 weeks of the... like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym
Look,
every
man.
day. 6 months
Give
later.
it half hour.
Yeah, okay,
Half an
fair.
hour or so into the session, I'll do something
Half
dumb.
an hour. I thought when half I was like half a year.
Half an hour. Okay. I will go back over to Kiyu and I will say, hey, I found these bounties. These 2 bodies look the same as these people. How do we go about claiming these bounties?
You take that over to Kiyu, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. You watch as Kiyu kind of nods and you're holding up the bounty pages that you stole from her, from Yara. You watch as she kind of like looks down for a moment, sees the pages, turns towards Yara. You watch as Yara quickly pats her pockets, pulls out the binder and begins flicking through, and then pauses and looks up and like holds up 2 others, which are identical. You watch as Kiyu just sort of nods and goes like, you know, some people consider it rude to steal items from them.
That's a really good thing that I didn't steal these, though. Jedd gave them to me.
She turns over, looks Jedd up and down, and then goes,
We should
know
kill
that
him.
he is a disgraced heir, but yeah, she pulls out a blade, walks over behind him, slits his throat. Oh, well, perhaps this explains why he has been outlawed from the Air Nation. Yes, there will be a number of these pirates. Yara and myself are going to go around and identify which ones were worthy of the bounty. Given that your efforts with the blasting powder have caused a number of these people to expire much quicker.
Expire. I like that word. I'm going to use that now.
Indeed. I think perhaps we can talk about maybe you getting a cut of this, of the bounty. And given that we have worked together to hunt them down, we've followed clues as a team, I think it is only fair that we split this evenly between all members.
I think we should split it between you, me, Yarako.
You think only... But what about the rest of your group? That is not fair for them. They also contributed. Well, most of them did. She looks back over towards the 2 airbenders again.
I'm not sure you could say they contributed.
How about this? How about we split it 60-40? 60% to be split amongst myself, Yara, and Ko. and you have 40% to distribute between your group however you see fit. It is a
I feel
better.
like you're getting a much better end of this deal.
But you are splitting it between 4. This is mathematic. When you offer to split it between me, Yara, and Kos, you, me, Yara, and Kos, that is only a 25% split. This is a 40% split you're not getting.
Yeah, but you're expecting me to give it to other people.
I am
Whereas
simply
you're
telling
only
you.
splitting yours amongst 3.
I'm simply
Technically,
telling
she
you to
never
split
said
it
that.
however you want. I just said that you can choose to distribute how you want.
Can we keep this between you and I?
I will not bring it up. This is none of my
Sounds
business. How you as a team choose to operate is none of my business.
Yeah, cool. Because I'm basically like the treasurer of the team. I'm the really responsible one that has to take care of all of our money. Otherwise, it gets spent on silly things. So it
You
makes
watch as
sense that I would take it.
single eyebrow raises
Yeah.
as
I
you
don't
say
think
you're the
possible.
responsible one of the group who needs to take care of all the money.
Yeah, responsible for explosions.
She just says nothing. She just sort of nods and goes, indeed.
So what do we need to do to claim these bounties? Do I need to saw their heads off, take some fingers?
Whoa,
skin them?
no. We do not need to dismember bodies. What do you... No. That is barbaric and unnecessary. No, we were planning to bury these. Show me the posters that you have.
Yeah, I'll hand over the 3 posters.
She lays them out on the ground and points to them and goes, okay, you see here, this is a drawing that's been done. On the back here, there is a description of items that they carry. You can see this one here has a shark tooth necklace from a squid shark, inscribed with, I'm not sure, some sort of spiral symbol. Does the body still have that token on them?
Good question. Let me go find out.
Yeah, just wander over,
do so.
start patting down the body. Yeah, sure enough, tucked underneath the tunic, there is a tooth from a squid shark. So the squid shark tooth, much like a shark tooth, it's got this sort of enameled base where it fits into the bone. You can see it's been drilled through to put a leather cord through to hang around the neck. But then the tooth itself is much longer than you'd expect, and you can see there's these tiny barbs all along the offset of it. It looks wicked sharp, and
It's nasty.
yeah, it is nasty. As you pick it up, the necklace, yeah, matches the description quite nicely.
Would you say that I could use that to cut someone's head off?
It's like
It's a tooth.
it's like 12 centimeters long, man. Like, you're gonna be there for a while.
It's serrated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, look. Again. Yes. You could. You're gonna be there for a fucking while. let's
I like how
just
we've
say
gone from
RSI
yes
on this.
and to yes but.
Yes, and you will be there for a while. And you will have some sort of like elbow problem in your 80s when you think back on this. You like have some sort of horrific repetitive stress arthritis from doing this. You think back in your old age, you'll be like, oh, that's right. That's the time I cut that cunt's head off.
With a tooth.
With a tooth. Yeah. I'm trusting that the voice will helpfully disguise that word and my accents.
I love that.
It's the kind of shit I can see Lilly doing. Gather round, grandkids. Shut up, you little shits. Gather round and let me tell you about that time I cut off this fucker's head with a tooth. Grandma, is that why your arm's in a sling? Don't ask questions. Yeah.
Okay.
If you live that long.
So the second, you said that there would be 2 bounties. So the second one, what am I looking for on that body?
Yeah. As you head back over to Keeko and hand over the shark tooth necklace, the squid shark tooth necklace, she nods, holds it up and goes, yeah, this should be sufficient. That should be enough. Okay, let's have a look at the description. Let's see here. Tattoo on the neck. Yeah, if we need to, we can cut that off. But I'd rather not. Scar on the left hand. We might need to take. There's some options here. We can take the body with us. I would prefer not to, given that we are not yet sure the state of our boats and how our transportation will go. And she looks out at the harbour with the boats. I mean, there were ships in the harbour. They're fucking gone. Like, none of those are seaworthy. Given that we no longer can sail out of here on any of the water tribe boats, given they're on fire, maybe if you could... You've got a knife there, I see, a stone dagger. It might be best. Can you cut cleanly the tattoo off?
I thought you said we weren't dismembering people. I thought you said that was barbaric.
Yeah, taking a small bit of skin is not dismembering.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to roll to see how well I
Oh yeah.
take the tattoo?
You
Yeah.
better do. I'm
You're
gonna
a psycho.
say. I'm gonna say that
He's the
you're the one who. You're the yeah. I don't think I need to explain myself. You're the one who's like, I need to prove that I killed these people. How can I like do that? Yeah, I reckon.
So this would be skills and training, right?
To be honest, I'm actually tempted to give you skills and training simply because you've had practice cutting the leather for your wax leather to make your smoke bombs. You've had practice cutting leather into specific shapes.
I think push your luck would be better for me though.
Is it a better roll? You can do push your luck. It's fine.
It's a better roll.
I was going to say
9.
it's between 9. Yeah. Tilla, you just happen to glance over and you see Lilly with a big smile on her face, tongue sort of poking out to the side as she starts cutting skin off this person. Just sort of watch. Ted, you just throw up in your mouth a little bit as an airbender. As a vegetarian, you watch as Lilly just wanders on over and starts cutting some guy's tattoo off his neck.
Can I change my fucking person?
You change your
Lily's
person.
beyond helmet now.
You can change your person. Yeah, you can totally. You can absolutely change
Have
your
you been
warden.
doing your
Your
protector's burden rolls and failing them? You fail enough of them, you're forced to change who your person
Yeah.
is.
Remember, you can try and force Lilly to do stuff. One of the abilities of the Guardian playbook is you have the ability to kind of influence Lily's behavior a bit. If she refuses and things fail, then yeah, it automatically changes who your ward is. You can do that if you wish. Let's jump
Can
over
I
with.
change it outright?
You can just change it outright. Who would you like to change it to?
Can I make it Keeko?
That's absolutely fair.
I
And it's-
feel abandoned and betrayed. This is
Yeah,
my villain arc now. This is where it starts.
This
I've
is
been
from your
abandoned
own
by the one
doing.
person who cared.
I don't think you can claim the victim role and say that you've been abandoned.
I absolutely can.
Well,
God.
I feel like
She's
it's
supposed to be encouraging me to be a better person, and now she's just given up on me.
I mean, the fact that you've not once made any effort to be a better person in 26 episodes or whatever it is.
No, I have. I don't have to recall a time.
I was going to say, you sure about that?
It's deafening, that
I'm
silence.
I'm sure there is a time that I have not gone through with a bad idea of my own. Probably.
The fact that not even you buy this is pretty stunning. Yeah, Tilla, as you, this makes a lot of sense. I mean, you've been sticking close to Keeko for the past couple of hours, especially since the explosion at the beach. Maybe I'm going to say that like that was kind of like a fundamental turning point in how you saw Lilly when you saw that detonate and saw the horror that she unleashed by detonating this Fire Nation ship. The blasting jelly
Did I
going
see
off.
her like expression at all afterwards? Like, did I
Oh.
see her at any point afterwards?
You
Yeah.
might have.
Glee.
Probably.
Glee. And this whole time you can see like Lilly skips across to the body to cut the tattoo off the neck. Like she's not a person who's haunted by the horrors of her actions. It's very appropriate.
hey.
The meme of her as the girl in front of the fire comes up at that moment. That's the expression. It's just Lilly being like,
I would like to point out that you said when the explosions all went off and there was pieces of body flying everywhere that my face changed to a haunted, horrified expression.
I
for a
said
moment.
it would
You
in a
tried to
normal
force that on
person.
me.
Yeah, and I said
You
in a
tried to
normal
force it on
person,
me.
the horror of your actions. I don't think I described like your face, but I was like in this moment.
No,
Lilly,
you did.
Oh, I did. There you go.
Mm,
In that case, then, quick retcon. In that case, Lilly, as you watch the explosion go off, it's all these people
Big
blown
smile.
up. I mean, you've never unleashed destruction and death
So
on this scale
brave.
before. Yeah. Bits of person fly out. Just
Jump up
right
and down, clap a couple times.
Your
Woohoo!
teeth.
So Tilla, yeah. So Tilla, you do see this, and that is a fundamental change in how you see Lilly. From this moment on, you have been sticking close to Keeko, helping him track down Sonak, helping him free Sonak, sticking around with him and Co. I'd say that, yeah. In this moment, as you are sort of watching over him and Sonak, you can see that Keeko in this moment is catching up with Sonak on everything that's happened. And as you're sort of like half paying attention to them, half paying attention to Lilly and what's going on the beach, you catch a little bit of the conversation with Keeko and Sonak. I won't go through the whole roleplay because it would be much better if we could do it with Brandon, but I'll summarize it for you. Essentially, Sonak, after joining the Fifth Nation with Keeko, for a while, same as Keeko, for a while everything was exactly what he'd wanted, everything that he had wanted it to be. The freedom, away from the rules, away from the expectations from his father, from the people of the Southern Water Tribe, and that sense of camaraderie, that sense of kinship, brotherhood and sisterhood that he felt with his fellow pirates. And then things started to go wrong. When he was assigned to Admiral Kong's ship, he realized very, very quickly how brutal the Fifth Nation were, and how bloodthirsty some of their factions had become. And when he tried to escape, to warn a village of an oncoming raid, Kong captured him and had tied him to the front of the boat for 6 days as an example to the rest of the crew. It's only because of his waterbending that he survived. He was able to waterbend like condensation from the mast and from the wood around the ship to drink. Otherwise, he would have been very, very dead. And the fact that he survived, Kong then threw him in the brig and has been using him as an example for the rest of the crew for the past 2 years. He's been in the brig of that ship. He has not seen sunlight since he was brought out on the deck of the ship and marched over to the tent for 2 years. You can see that Keeko's pretty pretty cut up about this, feeling a bit guilty, struggling with the knowledge that this whole time that he's been kind of roaming around since the collapse of the Fifth Nation, this whole time he kind of thought Sonak was either dead, had died with the rest of the Fifth Nation fleet when Kyoshi sunk it. You can see Keeko is feeling pretty guilty in this moment, and that bond through the Protector's Burden, as you see Keeko now as your ward, you can see Keeko's hurting. Koz also senses this. Tilla watches. Koz places a comforting hand on Keeko's shoulder and gives him a bit of a squeeze, which as Keeko reaches up and places a hand back on his hand and sort of nods. But yeah, he's hurting right now. Then as you glance over to your left, you watch as Lilly finishes cutting off the neck with the tattoo, the section of skin, holds it up triumphantly, and then runs it back over to Kyu. Ted.
Oh, that's me.
Hello.
Oh, hey,
So
what's
I
up?
guess Jedd has the brain cell tonight, and he's not even fucking here. As you sort of stand there talking to your brother, I think the last conversation you guys had, Jedd had sort of been like, well, what happens now? Like, what's going to happen with Sayan, with the Airbenders? I mean, I saw those two fly off pretty quickly. They seemed pretty upset. I mean, they didn't even want to stick around and say hi.
Nah. Hey, outside of game question quickly,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have anything underneath my robes, right? It'll just be robes. Like I wouldn't have
Elaborate?
you don't wear
so-
anything under your robes.
So yes, you do. So you have the outer robe. So you and Jedd both have. So this is I've because it's a little bit further back in time. I've kind of adjusted the Air Nomad clothing a little bit to kind of fit in with the earlier time period. So I've gone for a slightly earlier influence from the Shaolin monks in terms of the clothing. So you have underneath a very tight fitting. Almost like a tunic with a long neck that comes up and around to keep you warm underneath your clothing, and then the loose robes on top to keep the warmth and create a bit of a buffer of air to provide that warmth when you're flying around, when you're up on top of the mountaintops. Because even though airbenders are able to regulate their temperature and keep themselves warm, I kind of liked the idea of the clothing reflecting the high altitude that they live at. And the other thing as well that you and your brother both have is you also both have leather braces on your arms and on your legs. You've got leather braces and leather pauldrons as well.
Yeah.
A bit more combat oriented.
I want to take my color robes off.
Yeah, for sure. So that means you're sort of left in like a grey, dark grey, almost like a long sleeve shirt, a very loose fitting, a very tight fitting long sleeve shirt, and then pants underneath as well, tight fitting pants.
Yeah.
Almost, I imagine I guess like exercise gear. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to just leave them in the rubble.
Oh, as you strip off your orange robes, throw them down on the ground, you watch as Jedd sort of like looks on for a moment and then realizes what you're doing. Whoa. Jedd, what's going on?
I can't go back.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What's going on?
I just made those two airbenders kill people. I made them accomplices. I've destroyed them. I can't do it again.
Hey,
We both can't go back now.
but no. You hang on. Let me get this straight. You're giving up.
I'm not giving up. I'm moving on.
Hang on, but what about my plan to get back with the air temples? You're my way back in.
I don't think it's going to happen after this.
So that's it?
Look, we've got each other. We got our group, our new group here, Team Avatar, if you will. And that's all we need.
Hear in your mind, Ted, Team Murderer, as you whisper from your subconscious.
Avatar.
No. As you, which is Jedd sort of like nods for a moment, and then reaches down and grabs your robes off the ground and bundles them back up again, stuffing them in his pack, and goes, "You might want these again someday. Don't just you can't just throw this away. Not when it was taken from me like it was. Don't just throw it away. Keep these with you."
No, I won't need them again. That's fine.
We don't know that. Let's not make any decisions right now. Let me just keep them. Let me hold on to them for you. And we need to get you some clothes. You can't just be standing around in your underclothes. Maybe sort of looks over Kong's decapitated body, shakes his head, looks around because what you're nearest. That's what you're next to. Sees another member of the Fifth Nation with a actually I'd say it's probably a member of the Yellownecks with a large, similar to Tilla's, the sand coloured, almost like a poncho like robe. Reaches down, he pulls it off the body, sort of shakes the sand off it, hands it over to you to wear over the top of your clothing.
I'll put that on.
Put it on, yeah. As you put the itchy, very cheap material, pull it over your head. You feel the body, the material scratch against your body, against your skin. Feels uncomfortable, feels ill-fitting. But that's kind of how you feel right now.
Feels right.
Feels right. Feels perfect. You're like, yeah, I deserve to feel this way. As Jedd kind of nods, tucks away the rest of your thing, and like looks at the new staff that you got him. Sort of like holds it over, and then we can share the staff, hey? Why don't we can share it as a team. Whoever needs the staff most can like use it in that moment. You're muted, Archie.
So whoever gets the brain cell doesn't get knocked off.
Yeah, you got to pick brain cell or staff. You have to choose.
It's funny.
We'll share this until we can get another one. Maybe we can figure out how to make them. How hard can it be?
It's just a stick.
Yeah, it's not like... I mean, how long did Kite train to make these?
I don't know. I feel like he didn't train that much.
He said like it was 15 years or something.
It's not that long. I can make a stick quicker than him.
Yeah, we can do that. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
It's gonna be okay, Ted.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We got each other.
Yeah. You're not gonna fuck me over somehow with this, are you?
Well, I hope not. I can't promise anything though. You know what my track record's like.
I'm not gonna make you roll because that's just the truth. You don't know. Archie, you don't know. Ted, you don't know. You're gonna be able to. Just Jedd kind of nods. Looks around at the destruction and devastation across the beach. I might start gathering up the bodies, see if we can maybe get to burying them or something. And then that moment you watch as Lilly runs through the two of you holding a bit of skin in her hand. You watch as sort of Jedd pauses for a moment, looks at you, looks back at Lilly running away, goes, "She's holding skin, Ted. That was skin. She's got skin. She's cut off skin."
Look, I don't know what we expect at this point, I'll be honest.
That's human skin, Ted. That's...
Why did you say it like?
Because it's funny. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, let's start gathering up the bodies before she does this more.
gonna do? Just skin everybody.
To be fair,
Maybe.
to be fair,
Point. Is that a bad? Like, is that an inappropriate assumption? It feels kind of appropriate.
yeah. she's got skin. She's got skin. Ted. It's human
I
skin.
like her mum's like, why do I picture this the same as I got a giant tattoo? Like Lily's just running around like, I got a tattoo. I got a tattoo.
Oh my god.
God.
As you make your way back over to Q, Q kind of looks as you run back over gleefully holding the skin and goes, "Oh, we'll just wrap that up in a bit of fabric. You don't need to hold that with your fingers." Oh, yes, that's just... Here, you can hold on to it if you like, but keep it wrapped up in the cloth.
Is it gonna like stay good in the cloth?
For a little bit. We'll wash all the blood off it, and that should slow down the putrefaction. Should keep it okay for a little while longer.
Okay, fair enough.
It's cold enough, and I mean, my plan was to head back to the Southern Water Tribe, and as we get closer, the air will be cold enough to help slow down its decay.
Okay. What mission are we actually supposed to be on right now that this is a massive side quest of?
Well,
We're supposed to be getting the
supplies.
aren't
Yeah.
we? Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to go back to the Southern Water Tribe with them.
Well, here's the
No.
thing, right? You know that
Oh,
the
no.
pirates had the supplies, and probably those supplies were on the
Ooh.
ships.
Ooh,
Lily, it's at this
sorry,
moment.
Rainy.
It's at this moment Lily realized she'd fucked up.
Fucked up.
Lily, yeah, you remember that there were a couple of things that you were on the lookout for. You were on the lookout for some food, hides and furs, and crab squid ink. And it's at this moment 3 things occur to you. The first one is that probably they were stored on the ships. The second one is the ships are all sunken on fire. And the third one is all 3 of those are probably flammable.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you look back at the boats, one of them's like, you watch as the mast on some like smaller little like side scoot just collapses and you watch as the boat tips up and drops below the water, bubbles rising to the surface as the flame extinguishes the fire going out as the ocean claims it.
It's a bit awkward.
What's a bit awkward? What's wrong?
There was probably stuff on that ship that we were supposed to take back for Kyoshi.
Oh, that's
Did
right.
she
You were
ask for
looking
it?
for supplies, the 3 of you.
Yeah.
Look, if Kyoshi wanted it that bad, she could have just gotten it.
True. She was here.
I don't know if that's gonna hold up, man.
I saved her life, but what she wanted.
What supplies
Yeah.
were you after? Maybe if it's things like coins or weapons, iron. Maybe we could see if anyone's willing to go for a swim. If we stay here overnight, we could check in the morning. It's not too deep in the bay here. No?
You think we could find some crab squid ink?
Crab squid ink. That's expensive
Yeah.
and very, very rare.
Yeah, and either dispersed in the ocean now or born from fire. Yep.
Depends how it was stored. If it was in glass vials, normally the crab squid ink is transported. It's so good for writing, you see. It gives such a pure, clear ink that dries very quickly and doesn't fade over time. Normally it's kept inside vials of glass or containers of metal that are sealed. If it was inside a crate with straw and wood, there is a chance they might not have broken.
There is a chance.
Not a good one, though. I don't want to raise your hopes too high. But there is a chance they might not be gone. Other things you were looking for? You told me this list, I remember.
There was some food.
Oh, that is going to be hard to recover.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what kind of food it was, though. Like, could we go to the Southern Water Tribe, right, and put in our bounties and with some of that gold buy some supplies so we can say that we salvaged them?
Yeah. The only reason you were salvaging them was because they'd been stolen. That was a supply run coming to the Akoya Peninsula. I mean, you were given the mission to recover the supplies and find out who'd been stealing them. But
We've done half that.
yeah, no. But here's the thing, right? If you come back with the supply, it's not like you had to specifically get this. It's not like it's like Rangi's favorite crab apple stew, crab apple pies. It's not like a shipment of Rangi's special mango tarts that you have to get these ones. I mean, it was food for the Akoi Peninsula. If you can recover the food, great. If you get it from somewhere else, that's fine. That's the food
We
was the
might do
least
that.
important. That was the least important thing.
Yeah.
The most important was the crab squid. Furs and
Yeah.
hides were important for clothing and for.
Which we can definitely buy in
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Southern Water Tribe.
Yeah. It's the the crab squidding is going to be hard to replace.
Yeah, how hard is it to get our hands on some crab squid ink?
Are you asking Q that?
Yes, I will.
Oh, depends how much you need. A small vial will set you back. It's expensive. I mean, I'm not a scribe. I don't use it very often. I don't know how much it is off the top of my head, but I know it's expensive. The Southern Water Tribe, we don't really have many crab squids here either. They're more in the north.
Hey, Keeko, you know how to swim, right?
Yeah, mate. I'm a swimming champion. Yeah.
You good at diving and finding things?
Yeah, it's a pretty good free diver. I've got a special trick where I create a little bubble of air around my head. I know it's not really like an airbending technique. Don't want to step on your toes, Ted and Jedd, but use a bit of water to get a bit of air.
Do you reckon you could do some diving around the wreckages and see if you can find some crab squid ink?
Yeah, I can have a bit of a look around. Just as he looks up at the night sky above you. Might have to wait till morning. Visibility is going to be absolutely shot. Like it's,
Good
you know how
point,
dark
good
it is up
point.
here. You know how dark it is up here, right?
Yeah.
It's darker under
Yeah.
the water.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember when we went down, right? It was super dark. And it was that crazy fucking eel.
Yeah.
Crab squid eel.
Yeah. It had a light on it though. Why
Yeah,
can't
the
you put a light on your head
angler
like it did?
Oh,
Yeah.
if you can find me a light, I'll put it on my head.
I can probably find you an angler moray.
Yeah, I'm not putting that on my head. But yeah, look, if you're happy to wait till morning, I think we'll have a better chance of finding
Yeah.
stuff. Otherwise, I'm just going to be wandering
Well-
out into the night. You'd never see me again. I'll get eaten by something.
Oh, that'd be a shame.
Yeah, I'd be pretty sad about that.
Okay, we
Put a
should probably
real
wait till
downer on my
morning though.
plans.
But Q, I think. Wait, where's Yara?
Yara's going over all the bodies. You can see she's got her big binder and she's starting to take notes, take items from the bodies, basically
Okay.
collecting all the bounties.
Because Q's watching Craig at the moment.
Yes.
I'll go grab. Yeah, I'll grab Yara. And say, hey, we should probably go check on our boat at the back of the island because
Why? They should be
what's
fine,
his
right?
face? Well, Ratface went looking for them, and I don't trust him to not have
Did you
damaged
just say?
them.
Sorry. Did you just say? Was there a person here called Ratface?
Affectionately named Ratface, yes.
Hang on. I swear I've seen that name before. And you watch her starts flipping through the wanted poster, and then she pulls out. She goes, "Oh my fucking
Wait,
god!"
what was his name? I have it
Ratface.
written down. Ralphus. Ralphus Ratface.
As you say, Ralph is like, I don't know who that is, but she holds up a thing and it just says rat face, and then it's a picture of a very rat faced man, and the artist, no joke, he's holding cheese. She goes,
Does it look like our Ratface?
oh man,
though?
it could not be. You've never seen a more ratty man in your life, and this is clearly someone's drawn like a rat human hybrid here.
I love that.
Could only be rat face.
Nice. Yeah, no, Ratface is amongst the bodies somewhere probably. But he and some other pirates went to the back of the island to see like where I had come from, and I'm worried that they might have sunk our boat. So I think we should probably go check on those before we tuck in for the night.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, we need to make sure they're okay. If they just like put them out to sea or something. No, I'm with you. Let's go. Q, I'll be back in a minute. Lilly and I got to check on the boats. It's really important. We'll be back. She chucks the binder to her and goes, all right, let's go.
Okay.
As you and Yara begin to make your way out of the camp, Ted and Tilla, what do you two want to do? As you see Lilly beginning to make her way back towards the sunken depression in the middle of the hillside where the bar had been set up, the bar and rec area, I guess is what we'll call it, like a recreation area. As you see Lilly and Yara begin to head that way, what are the two of you doing?
I think I'm gonna just chill with Ko and Sonak and Keeko. Do
Fair
I
enough.
have any like rations or supplies on me?
Yeah. You've got a couple of days worth of rations. You guys pick them up at the Water Tribe, Southern Water Tribe.
Yeah. Can I just divvy it out to like Sonak and stuff?
As soon as you
Just a
begin
bit.
pulling out the water tribe rations, dried seaweed wrapped around portions of rice, preserved fish, you watch as Sonak begins like licking his lips as he sees it, and you can see Tilla, even in the dark, the firelight reflecting off. He looks gaunt and underfed. And as soon as you hand over the parcel of food, it's gone. There's almost no time between him taking it from you and him just sort of wiping the last grains of rice away and eating them, and then eating the dried seaweed packet that it was wrapped up in.
Whoa, slow down.
I
Don't want to make
haven't
yourself
eaten.
sick.
Sorry, yeah, shit, you're right, yeah. I just, I haven't eaten in a while. And it's so nice to eat good rations again.
That's all good. You're welcome to as much as you want. Just don't make yourself sick off of it.
Yeah, so probably best you pace yourself a little bit, mate. So Keeko kind of like dusts him off a little bit and gives him a pat on the back, which is Sonic kind of nods. Yeah, I think I might turn in for the night if that's okay. This has all been a lot. I might do you guys have like a camp or something? Have you set up a campsite anywhere? Keeko kind of like
No.
pauses for a moment, looks at you, Tilla, and goes like, probably we should do that, right? That sounds wise.
We need to tell everyone first. And
Yeah.
probably somewhere away from here.
Yeah.
Why away?
I don't think we want to set up on the. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think you want to set up in like a grave site almost.
it's a
Lightning
battlefield.
can't strike
a
twice in the same spot.
Well,
Find
unless Lilly finds more of the blasting jelly.
ya. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh, I found a barrel, guys.
Jesus Christ.
Looks like one barrel survived. Perfect. Ted, what about you? You sticking around, or are you going to chase after Lilly, see what she's up to?
Nah, I don't care about Lilly that much.
Fair.
Kyoshi around still?
Yeah, Kyoshi, having finished washing the blood off her hands, you watch as Kyoshi begins using her earthbending to dig aside a mass grave.
I'll go talk to Kyoshi.
As you get up next to her, you watch as Kyoshi pauses for a moment, closes her eyes, brings her hands back, and breathes out this long, slow breath, and turns towards you. Ted?
Saved your life.
Yes. Thank you for getting me out of that vortex of glass. I've never seen any technique like that. I've bent glass on occasion, but never seen anything like that. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. It's pretty crazy, right? I guess we're even.
Even? In what way?
Well, I saved you, you saved me. We've done good.
Yes.
From the squid shark.
What are you worried about? Ted, you worried about
Oh.
something? What is
No,
it?
I'm just we're even. We're good.
Yes. Yes, we're good. You work for you work for Rangi. You work for, you like I'm not sure I understand. Is this are you worried that I'm gonna do something to you?
No.
What I did to Korn had to be done.
Yeah.
Sometimes
yeah,
the
it's
only way to deal with a situation like that. I mean, if there's a tumor, you cut it off, right?
It's a tumor.
He was the tumor.
It's not a tumor.
No, he was a tumor. He was a cancer on this world. All he brought was pain and misery. He took everything in return.
Look, you did what you had to do.
I did my job.
Yeah,
Nothing more.
and I think you did a good job. And you know what? I did a good job too.
What is it you want from me? You want me to tell you
Apart
you
from-
did a good job?
Apart from the Airbender thing. Ugh.
That's what this is about.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
Airbenders.
they've kind of broken their whole moral code, and that was all my fault. So
I spent some time with the air nomads when I was learning airbending. My teacher, my closest friend at that time, Kelsang, was an airbender. Not one who was well regarded amongst the Air Nation. But he was a wiser man than any I've ever met. Sometimes he taught me that there are necessary things we must do. Things that others deem barbaric, monstrous, brutal. But we do it so others
Like
don't
blowing
have
up
to.
a ship.
Yeah, that's too far. No, that's fucked. Sometimes the burden of those actions falls on the shoulders of those who do not wish to make them, but we did what we had to do. Ted, you did what you had to do. And if the Air Nation judge you for it, then they are the lesser for it. I do not judge you for your decisions. I think you'll do far more opportunities and far more good work with me than you will with the Air Nation. They live up there in isolation. They're little sanctuaries, but they don't see the world, not the way it truly is. And they don't give what needs to be given. Your brother seems fine. How long has he been banished for?
A little while. I don't know, I told him he might not be going back and he's a little bit upset.
Well, I think allow him this time to grieve. Allow
I
him
think
to
it's all
grieve.
his fault though, so it's okay.
You think it's all his fault?
Yeah, he got what's coming to him.
Next thing I was going to say is it's important to accept the responsibilities of our actions, but I wonder now if that's not going to have the same impact as I originally intended.
Well, he's the one that left to begin with, so
He was a student of Kelsang's, wasn't he? We shared a master.
yeah.
Maybe now you understand a little bit more about the actions he had to take as well. The right
Yeah,
thing is not always
maybe.
the easy thing, Ted. Don't forget that. In fact, it more often than not is the hard choice.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
You've got a family with us, with Rangi, with the citizens of the Okoye Peninsula. We're building something here, Ted. Something better.
Team Avatar.
Team Avatar.
It's got a nice ring to it, I think.
Yeah, it's got an okay ring. I was thinking Kyoshi's Warriors might have a better ring. Personally.
It's a little bit lame.
We'll see. You've done enough for today. Go on, get out of here. Let me deal with this.
Lot of bloodshed around though.
Yeah. I imagine you're not used to that. Go.
No.
I've got this. You don't need to be here for this bit.
Can I go frolic in the ocean? Sorry, can I go bathe myself in the ocean?
Can go, yeah.
It's not the right word.
I sort of like, Yeah. Ted, as you
Choice of words.
head on down to the water's edge, I mean, this does ruin your your choice of action somewhat. There's still bodies floating off the beach. Those who are too close to the ships.
Well,
Yeah.
away from them, like on
As
like
you head
this
down
side.
towards the edge of the bay, down near the
Yeah.
far end of the beach, begin rinsing yourself off. Let's jump back in with Lilly and Yara as you rinse yourself off, and you watch as Kyoshi, a bit more thoughtful, a bit more reflective, continues to dig out the edges of this grave up on the bluff and begins to throw the bodies of the pirates and the bandits in. Lilly, as you follow Yara, a moment later, as you get close to the edge of the depression, this hollowed out section of the hillside, the sandstone walls rising up high over your head as you get down to the lower part, this large open area, tables and chairs a little bit strewn about in the chaos of the pirates rushing down to the beach with the rest of you while you were undercover with them. You can hear the sound of cries of alarm coming from that tunnel that your companions originally snuck down through, the one that you were climbing over the top half of when you fell into the middle of the camp. There are cries, the sounds of something thudding heavily.
Cries of alarm, terror, pain. Not cries.
It's hard to say the way it's
Anguish?
echoing through the caverns the way it is. Can you make me a assess a situation roll, please?
Absolutely. Because that'll determine if I go down there or not. 12.
It's the sound of combat, Lily. The sound of people fighting. Maybe 3, maybe 4 people calling out. And the sound of something heavy. It sounds like fists punching in. You can hear the sound of clangs as a weapon is dropped on the floor. And yeah, it sounds like there's combat. It sounds like the fight, a brawl coming from up ahead.
Does Key hear it?
Oh yeah, as soon as you point it out, you watch as Yara like pauses from it, listens, goes, "Yeah, you're right. I can hear. Who's still left? Be on guard, Lily. We're gonna have to check this out."
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I guess we'll just quietly walk down. Is it like dark yet?
Oh yeah, it's
or is it kind
nighttime.
of just shadowed?
No,
Okay.
it's definitely. It's nighttime.
Can we see any light coming from down the tunnel?
Not at first. The passageway curves and weaves through. I mean, these are natural passageways that have been carved through the rock by water eroding the lighter, less compacted sandstone over the years. But as you begin to creep forwards, could I get a? I'm going to say this is relying on skills and training. Let's get a sneak roll. Relying on skills and training. Let's see how sneaky you are.
11.
Pretty
That's a good roll tonight.
This is the opposite of like every other combat you've been in.
I know. If I'd gotten this roll, I wouldn't have fallen through the tarp in the first place.
No, that's true. And none of this would have happened.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. Might have all. It still happens. Let's check on slightly more atmospheric music. As you make your way forwards, keeping to the shadows, moving silently, your feet nimbly stepping over small rocks and pebbles that would otherwise scatter and clatter against the rock walls as you make your way carefully around the bends in this natural sandstone passageway. Yara close behind you, Lily. Yara is also impressively quiet. You are quite impressed with how sneaky the pirate hunter can be, this young pirate hunter can be. And as the two of you get round this last bend, having walked for maybe 30, 40 meters, as you get around this last bend, you can see light coming from up ahead, casting shadows on the wall behind you. Figures. 2 of them. Looks like 2 more are on the ground. A torch, maybe fallen from a bracket, is casting this orange glow. And you can see this enormous creature, large pointed ears, what looks like almost like these dark wings around it as it
for God's sake,
punches one of the bandits in the face. You hear this poof, oh, as the bandit falls back, smashes into the wall. A moment later, you watch as a figure crawls through the darkness down towards the tunnel towards you, and as it gets like right within eyeshot of you, watch as the figure pauses for a moment, eyes wide, sees you and goes, "Help!" and then is pulled back out of sight around the corner of the tunnel. You hear the sound of heavy hitting, this thud, doof, doof, and then silence. A moment later, you hear the rustle of cloth, and then as the torch is extinguished.
It's man bad, isn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
You piece of shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
You piece of shit.
Right.
We had
That's what this is.
Come on. You got to admit, this was a pretty epic introduction to a joke NPC that was summoned before Christmas.
I was expecting there to be some pals thrown in when you were like describing this.
I was going for more of like the more recent, more recent Batman.
Fucking man bat.
A moment later, as Yara's crouching next, she's like, "What the fuck is that? What is that?" And you watch as there's a sudden movement in the shadows above you, and then you hear a voice from behind you go, "I'm Man-Bat."
Oh, never change.
Hi, Man-Bat? What an odd name.
You don't seem like bandits or pirates.
It depends who you ask. What exactly is a pirate?
We're pirate hunters. I'm a pirate hunter. My name's Yara. I'm from the Southern Water Tribe. This is Lily. What does Yara know your name is? Poppy, I think.
No, they were there when Andrew said my name.
This is Lily.
So they know.
This is Lily. She's not a pirate hunter, but I guess she's working. She's a trainee pirate hunter, which is Yara. Like, hands up, Kyoshi.
She's a child.
Yeah, she's a child.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds like there's trouble on the beach.
No, that trouble's taken care of. You're good.
Who took care of it?
I don't know. There was just this sudden explosion. Surely you heard it from here with those giant ears of yours.
Watches the figure like presses down on the two. You can see that it's just cloth, just these little cloth ears. It's still very dark. You can only make out the silhouette, but it does look like a very tall man, over 6 foot, dressed in blackened, almost charcoal grey black robes. And what you thought were wings, they're not there anymore, but you can see the figure has a staff on their back. What looks a bit like an Airbender staff, but painted black.
So did you hear the explosion
Of
go
course I heard
off?
the explosion.
Okay, well that took care of all the bad people down there. They're all dead.
I prefer not to kill my prey.
So all the people in here are just knocked out?
Yeah. Beating the shit out of them.
What do you do with them afterwards?
Justice.
Okay, what's justice mean?
Now they're too hurt to hurt other people.
Until they heal and then they hurt other people again.
You don't understand. They're scared of me now. Scared of the night.
Have you made all these people paraplegic? You're a monster.
Sort of like you watch as the figure kind of turns, pause for a moment.
No. But I've made them paraplegic with fear. I use fear as a weapon.
Okay, so are you normally around these parts? Because what stops them from just going somewhere else and doing the same stuff somewhere else?
I could be anywhere. Anytime. Any place.
How do you travel that quickly? Are you Santa Claus?
You don't know what that is.
There'd be some equivalent.
I think it's
Get
called
out.
Winter's Nest or something like that. Like it'd be the winter or summer solstice in Avatar for sure.
Yeah. Be like Yule or something. How do you travel across the entire continent to be everywhere all the time?
Are there any bandits left on this island?
Answer my question, I'll answer yours.
Fine. I fly.
You can fly.
He just nods.
It's more like following with style.
Different person, but I can't say that.
Are you an airbender then? I thought you guys
No,
were all
I know
about
what you're talking about.
Okay,
know what
because
you're
that
talking
staff
about.
on your back looks a lot like an airbender staff.
This guy's gonna be best friends with Jedd. They're both emos.
How do you know it's not Jedd?
Edgelord.
How do you know it's not Jedd?
No, I'm
His
not an
name's
airbender.
actually Led.
What are you talking about?
It's your third. It's your third brother. It's your youngest brother, Led. No, it'd be Bread. It'd be like Bruce. Bread.
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 Yeah.
Okay, can I have
Answer
a
my
look
question.
at your...
Are there any bandits left on the island?
Yes, there are.
Where?
I think they're all being put into a mass grave currently.
No, so there's none alive. Looks like justice
That's
is
not what you
served.
asked.
You're a little shit. Looks like justice is served. Man-bat, away!
And you watch as he grabs the staff, spins it round, and 2 black bat wings emerge from it, and he just takes off vertically into the sky. You watch as Yara next to you just goes, "The fuck was that?"
I don't even know.
He's definitely an airbender. I saw the tattoos.
He's definitely an airbender.
He just bent air. He just bent air. Like that's like, I don't know. Airbenders beat the shit out of people. I would have thought they're a bit. Well, I guess Jedd does a little
Yeah,
bit.
but Jedd's disgraced, so
So,
that guy's
clearly, this
also
guy is too.
disgraced?
He's dressing up as a man bat. Like, what if it is? Clearly, this is not a sound mind. Yeah, you hear from this guy. No, I'm not. Good suggestion, channel like that.
You're disgraced.
Yeah,
That was odd. Anyway, should we go check on those boats?
Yeah, we should. Well,
Actually,
we should.
should we check these people? Are
Yeah,
alive
we
first?
should check these people.
Yeah.
They might be worth a bounty. He's just left them here. I mean, like, it's pretty fun. He's just. I guess. I mean, I'm not too upset if every time we went to a place and we had to go collect a bounty, like some psycho dressed up as a
ready for you.
yeah, some psycho dressed as a man bat or whatever he's calling himself, like beat the shit out of them and tied them up, like gift wrap them. That'd be all right.
It would be nice. I think his plea about being everywhere all at once or whatever is total bullshit, but he can dream.
I think I kind of get what he's saying. The idea that like he could be anywhere,
Yeah,
but he's just objectively not. Like it's not true. Obviously,
he's not. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you believe that you're
From above.
pretty stupid.
Well, to be fair, criminals are generally quite dumb. I've not really encountered that many who are particularly smart. Smart people quickly do
try
the
and-
equation and figure out that like doing the wrong thing often causes more problems.
I try not to be offended as we check the bodies.
Aren't you sad you didn't go with Lilly now, Ted? You could have been like, "Oh, I'll be your Robin. Teach me."
Manbat sounds lame, but also I want his
Stuff. Yeah. Lilly, so
Okay.
you head on over and
Bodies. Can I case the joint?
yeah, for sure.
The situation.
Yeah, for sure.
I rolled a 10.
Oh, 2 questions, and you may find out the most valuable thing.
So you said there was 4, yeah?
Yeah, 4 knocked out bandits.
Are any of them bounties?
Yes. Well, actually, you don't know because Yara didn't bring the book with her. She didn't bring the binder of bounties with her, so maybe.
I have my 1 still. Is my
your
1 here?
No, your 1 is not here.
Ah.
As you pull open the page and begin looking, I mean, it's hard to say
Imagine
because
my
these
1
people
is
have
just
been like,
man bad.
yeah. Yes, you look at it. No. Do you know what your 1 is? Your 1 is a person called the Trickster, and it's this guy with like the white Daofei face paint and like green hair. And he's like painted his nose red.
The Joker.
The Trickster.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, as you look over the knocked out bandits, none of them match the description that you've got on your 3 pieces of paper. Yara again looks and goes like, "When did you take those from my binder? How did you do that and I didn't see?
I actually didn't take them.
Who took them?
Jedd.
Seriously, the Airbender.
Yeah, seriously, the Airbender. I did help. I distracted you guys. Remember when we were sitting on the boat the first time we met?
You stole them the first time we met you?
Yeah.
Hang on.
In all honesty, it's better than
Hang on. Wait a
knowing
minute.
them for a bit.
Whoa. Hang on, wait a minute. When we first met you, I thought that Kikonori reminded me of someone in the. Did you?
You did think that.
And
And that's
then
why
you-
you were looking through the
save.
binder.
And you took
then
some-
we were helping you look through the binder.
And
so
you
we
took some
bounties.
pages. Did you take? Was there a wanted poster for Kikonori? Did you take that out too?
There is not, as far as my knowledge, an existing page of Kikonori.
No. I'm not a fucking idiot. Was there a page that you took out of that binder of Keeko?
My question to you,
How much is he worth?
if that page didn't exist anymore, could you still potentially hurt our friend who has helped save your life?
Lilly, that's not the only copy.
Yeah, thought so.
Why?
Did think about that.
There'll be a master copy back at the Southern
How-
Water Tribe.
How do we, like, hypothetically, if there was a wanted poster of Kikonori, how would I get my hands on the master copy of that?
We're gonna need to go back to the Southern Water Tribe and get inside wherever. Like most of the bounties are kept inside the guards tower. We're gonna have to get in. Well, I mean, we're heading there anyway to turn in these bounties. I guess I could ask
Yeah.
for. So I mean, we can get it there.
We could
But-
ask to have a look at the master files, and then
Yeah, it's
If
pretty.
there was
unusual.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a solid plan.
Hang on, no, but that's only if this one was issued by the Southern Water Tribe. If it wasn't issued by the Southern Water Tribe, you might have to go round to like. It depends how bad a criminal he is. Like, if there's if he was like Admiral Kong, for example, like the poster of Admiral Kong.
Oh, no, he's not that bad. You've met him.
Okay, yeah, but sure. But work with me on this hypothetical. Stay with me for a moment. There would be so many copies sent out everywhere, all over, like anywhere where they think he could be, they would send copies. They would make copies and send them. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if your friend Tilla from the Sea-Wong Oasis, like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was still a copy for Admiral Kong back at the Sea-Wong Oasis. He's a water pirate. Like,
he's pretty notorious, huh?
Yeah. So I'm obviously.
As an extra question to Dad.
Hello. Why am I responding to this? Yeah.
You've been conditioned. This is the
So
role you play now.
I initially took Keeko's wanted poster, so I've definitely seen it.
Yeah.
How bad was it?
I don't think you guys actually looked at it very carefully because you were quick to take it and then you immediately destroyed it like as quickly as possible.
No, Jedd and I like snuck off, had a look at it, and then Jedd destroyed it.
That's right. Yeah. So I mean,
But I don't think we spoke about it in detail in session. You were just like, "Yep, it's definitely Keeko."
It's
but there was like
definitely
something.
Keeko.
There was something off about his face. I think it was like the Flynn Rider nose thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. I
Yeah.
could never get my nose right. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you reflect back, Lily, could I get you to push your luck, see if you can remember?
Yes, because this was like in game about a week ago. Push
He
your
came
luck.
so a couple of days.
IRL.
5.
5. Lily.
Had to get a bad one.
I mean, piracy would have been on there definitely. You don't know how much he's worth, though. I mean, as you look back over the 3 bounties you've got, there's a huge range in prices these people are worth. The guy with the shark tooth necklace, he was worth about 200. The guy with the tattoo of the coiling raven serpent, the raven snake, he was only worth like 20. Hard to know.
I don't think
You don't
Keeko
remember
would
Keeko
have
being worth much.
been worth that much. Otherwise, I would have turned him in.
Yeah. Do you say that out loud to Yara?
Yeah.
Yeah, like laughs and then, haha. Wait, you're not kidding.
Nah. I think the
So
term you're
you-
looking
hang
for
on,
is
so you-
self-serving.
So you saw his poster. What did it say?
Well, his picture was wrong. Which is why you guys thought you recognized him, but you couldn't quite place him.
They
But I
are
don't really
drawings. They're
remember
not
what it
always going to
said.
be right. Like the drawings aren't always 1-to-1, obviously. So that's not that surprising. You can't remember what it said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. All right.
Not really.
Okay. Fine. Well, look.
Just
I
that,
mean,
he was worth maybe like 5 gold or something.
why'd they even bother with a bounty then? Who's going to take that?
I don't know. I think that's part of like the whole scaremongering against the pirates kind of thing.
Hang on.
Do they believe that?
Does Yara believe that?
Shut the fuck up, Archie.
Don't worry. She's like, hang on.
Let it play out.
Are you trying to tell me that you think it's all a big conspiracy and that there's scaremongering about pirates?
No, I think
Because you
they
just
are...
saw what Admiral Kong did. Like he cut that boy into shreds.
I know, and I agree that some pirates are bad, but not all pirates. I think the reformed ones, like there can be some rehabilitation, as we are doing with Craig, and making him a useful member of society.
I'm not.
And I think the value on them lowers the longer it's been since they've been caught doing anything.
Yeah.
To the point where they shouldn't really be there anymore. Like,
I'm not going to
the
turn
guy's a
Keeko.
good guy.
I'm not turning Keeko in. I'm not. Let's just get that out of the way right now. I'm not turning Keeko in. I think Ko would fucking break his heart if I did that, and I'm not willing to do that to my best friend. So I'm not turning Keeko in, obviously.
Yeah, what's going on with those two?
They're so cute.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What's going
Yeah.
on? Is it obvious? They've not been subtle.
Okay, I'm like 11.
They've got a
I
crush
don't
on each
know
other.
what's going
Oh,
on.
come on. Are you trying to tell me you don't know what a crush is? They've got a crush on each other, obviously.
But like, do you think they like each other?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Or
they
just
do.
like
Yeah.
each other.
No, I'm pretty sure they like each other. I have never seen Ko talk more about gains and protein before, and he does that when he's really nervous or really fixated on it. It's hard to say, but they like each other. It took them long
Yeah.
enough to realize.
It's kind of cute.
Yeah, look, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Keeko, as a wanted pirate, is still better than Koza's last boyfriend. So, I mean, I can only approve, I guess.
Oh my god, tell me more.
I'm not
Gossip.
touching that. No, it's not my story to tell. I promise Koza would never share it.
No, I'm not even part of this conversation.
No, I promise Koza would never share that. And he's my best friend. I'm not gonna do him like that. But oh my god, girl, it's juicy. Holy shit.
Do you think Ko would tell me if I asked him?
I don't know. He's pretty embarrassed about it. Maybe.
Ooh, has a reason to be embarrassed about it. That must be juicy.
Wow. I mean, Ko's pretty private. He doesn't. I mean, unless it's about, his workout routine
Protein.
and what he's eating. Yeah, but like he's pretty private about like his feelings and things like that. Like he's not. I don't know. Like you've seen him. He's a big, tough, burly guy, and they're not always great at talking about their emotions. But I think he. Yeah. Keiko's much nicer.
I reckon I could get something out of him.
Well, I'm not saying he couldn't. I think he probably could. Just talk about other things first, and then slowly like circle around to it. And he'll reveal something by accident.
I like the way you think. Anyway, we should really go check on these people that are tied up right in front of us while we're gossiping.
As you're talking, she's got like checking pulses. She's been like looking over them. She's not just standing there. She's doing stuff.
So they're all alive, and are they tied up? Are they actually tied up? Or
No,
beaten
they have just had the living shit kicked out of them. Like there are like loose teeth. Swelling is already starting to form on the face. You can see one of them is just like sobbing silently as they clutch their chest and clutch their abdomen. As you get a little bit closer, you watch as this like guy turns over and goes, "Please don't mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." It's like Yara looks down and goes, "The fuck did he do to these guys?"
Are they Yellownecks or are they pirates?
Well, this one's got a yellow scarf. As she grabs one of the yellow scarves and pulls it forward, lifting the like unconscious bandit up, the head like lolling to the side. Oh. She goes, "This one's got a yellow scarf," and then the yellow scarf undoes itself and the body lands back with a thump, leaving Yara holding the scarf. She goes,
Not anymore. It doesn't.
We found him like that. Man-Bat did that. Oh my god, he punched him in the back of the head. Oh, that's bleeding. a bit,
Wow,
actually.
you took their scarf off. Ultimate sign of disrespect. He would do that.
Good, fuck him. Yeah, so like this one does seem to be like, I think this one's a yellow neck. He's got a yellow scarf on, but like these other three, Fifth Nation through and through for sure. I mean, look, this one's even got like a fucking idiot. This one tried to waterbend. They hadn't taken the cork out of their waterbending pouch. Are you kidding me? Morons.
Why do you think there was one Yellowneck with 3 pirates back here?
Oh yeah, that is a bit weird, isn't it? Oh, look at this
Yeah.
one. Look at his fucking face. He looks like a rat. Oh my god, it's him. It's Rat Face. As she like pulls the guy who's silently sobbing over and like pulls him towards the torch that I'm guessing like either you or she has relit to like bring a bit of light back in. As she like holds up, she goes like, "Ah, you're famous, Rat Face." Through clenched teeth and like tears and like mucus coming out of his nose as he very ugly
Ugh.
cries. You hear like, "It's Ralphish." No. I've got your wanted poster. It says Rat Face on it. It's Ralphish.
What was that? I couldn't hear through your missing teeth. It sounds like you said, yes, it's rat face.
He like opens his mouth to go, "It's," and then you watch as Yara shoves the yellow scarf in his mouth and you hear, "It's me." Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, rat face.
Yeah, Rat Face. Yeah, that's what I heard.
We should tie these guys up, go check on our boats, and then get Ko to come and Keeko maybe to help us transport these guys back to the beach.
Love it. Yeah, I've got some rope. You take this
Collect
lot.
their
I'll take
bounties
these
too.
two. Yep. You know how to hog tie? Oh wait, it'd be. Do you know how to rooster hog tie?
Do I know how to rooster hog tie?
So what you do here, so you get the arms together, you want to bind the hands together, the wrists, bind the legs together, then you're going to flip them over like this, and you hear Rat Face go, "Arr!" as he's then thrown onto his face. You hear as he coughs up a bit of the dust and sand from the walls. And you want to bring their arms and legs together like this, you're going to tie it round, there you go. Now you can just pick them up like a sack of grain.
Cool.
I mean,
I try to emulate that.
I'm not going to. Oh yeah, as the good call, chat. As the light from the torch begins to get a little bit lighter, Lilly, you happen to glance to the side and you can see someone has taken the time to paint a very large symbol, very reminiscent of like a bat's wings and like a man's body. It's like a fist up in the air underneath it. this would have taken time. This would have taken 5 or 10 minutes to paint this. Like, this was an effort that was applied.
Jesus.
That's not very good.
Oh, God. What's it been painted with?
I mean, I feel like I'm going to be told off if I just respond with paint. But, like,
Do you think he just walks around with like these 2 tins of paint attached to his belt, like a utility belt, and just
right
like
now,
whips them
I'm
out?
happy to reveal man bat law. On his utility belt, he does have a water skin full of paint.
I love it. Very nice.
So stupid.
Okay, cool. So I will attempt to emulate the hog tying. Do you want me to roll for that or just go with
Yara's with you. You're not on a timeline.
Thank God.
Yara will check on it, and like the first time you sort of do it, she's like, "Oh no, see here, so they can wriggle out from this," and you hear from underneath, "No, I can't." Shut up, you fucking can't. She like wraps the wrists even tighter, and then binds them together. And goes, "Yeah, so no, go tighter than that, no, and you got to get the loop underneath. You want to keep the knot away from the. Yeah, that's it, perfect. Yeah, keep the knot away from the fingers because sometimes they get their hands underneath, and oh, that's perfect. Yeah, very nicely done. All right, yeah, and then the legs, beautiful. Yeah, and you're not going anywhere. I might be. No, you're fucking not. Get down. She like, kicks the pirate again. All right, let's go check on these boats.
I
hey?
love Yara.
Yeah, Yara's great. I like playing Yara. Yara's just me without a filter.
It's just no nonsense. I
Yeah.
love it.
I love being Yara. As Lilly and Yara head off to go check on the boats, Ted and Tilla back at the beach. Ted, as you sort of move away, take a bit of a moment, sit down on the bluff, having washed yourself off in the ocean. You sort of like lie back, look up at the stars, and for a moment you think you see this sudden shape, this dark, almost like a
bat.
like a large winged bat. Just for a moment, the silhouette of something dark, sinister, moving through the night sky, and then it's gone. Must have been the wind.
I'd like to fly again.
A moment later, you hear the sound of footsteps from behind you, and you turn around to see not your brother Jedd, but Keeko sitting next to you.
My other brother.
You turn around and see Keeko sort of like sitting down, dusting his hands off. You're rocking some cool new swag. I like it. Do you want to find a better jacket than that though? I know you've been eyeing off my Fire Nation Captain cloak, my coach jacket here, and I wondered if maybe we could get you something similar, Ted. That poncho looks a bit, I want to say naff, but
That's pretty shit.
it's pretty shit. Yeah, can we get you some nicer threads? If you're ditching the oranges and the yellows, maybe we can find something a bit cooler.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was sort of just helping out, and I found, and he pulls out. It's not quite as fine as his pirate jacket. It's not. I mean, look, we're not going to pretend for a second that it's as cool as the Fire Nation.
Like when he pulls it out, can I be like, oh, so you're gonna wear that one, and you're gonna get your old one?
He like turns, looks at you, smiles, and goes, "Yeah, no, not going to happen, mate. Here you go." Hands over. But as you unroll this folded up length of fabric, you can see that it is a. It looks like it's a probably from the Water Tribe. It looks like a very well layered overcloak. The leather itself has been treated on the outside to be water resistant. Imagine almost like a jacket that's open at the top with a poncho as kind of cover over the shoulders to keep off rain. A little bit like a whaler's jacket if it was like modern times. So like a larger section over the top to keep water off, and then a jacket underneath that goes down past your knees. Are you Googling that right now?
No, I was trying to figure out how a whale wears a jacket.
Fuck off. If Yara was here right now, I'd be able to say some stuff, but unfortunately I can only be unfiltered when I'm Yara. And as he hands over the jacket, he's like, yeah, no, I cleaned it off a little bit. It was, it's clean now, and I think it'll really suit you.
Thanks, Kikanori.
Yeah, I think you just call me Keeko. The jig's up. Go.
Oh, I've still got your name saved. It's Kikanori.
Oh, right. What do you mean saved?
In my brain.
Right. Okay.
Definitely
You can go back to
connection sheet.
You can go back to just calling me Keeko if you like. Sonax, he didn't know that I had a code name, and I tried to sort of drop it once or twice, but he didn't pick up on it. So he's just been calling me Keeko this whole time.
That's right. I'll keep Kikanori.
Yeah, we did also say that they can call me Keeko as a nickname. So I didn't do the best job disguising my name, I'll be honest.
It's okay.
Next time I might just call myself Nori. We'll drop the whole Keeko part.
All right, I'll start calling you Nori now.
No. It's all good. You just call me Keeko. It's all good, mate. You just call me Keeko, hey?
All right. Thanks. How are you after the explosion?
Oh yeah, that was fucked. Yeah, no, look, that was pretty intense. I'm happy Sonak's okay, but pretty grim. As he looks across the beach, you can now see at this point, Ko is helping throw bodies with Kyoshi into the pit that they've dug.
Whee!
I'm not dead!
I think that one was still alive.
Not for long. Yeah, that's pretty grim. I mean, last time I saw a sight like this was the day I abandoned the Fifth Nation.
So it's a bit intense, huh?
How about you? How are you holding up? I saw those airbenders laying into you before. That would be a bit harsh.
I don't know what we do now.
Well, we were finding stuff, weren't we? We had like a list of things. I don't have it on me. I didn't take notes on that, but there was stuff we had to find. Oh yeah, Lilly was asking me to go diving for some stuff. Do you reckon that's the stuff we were supposed to find?
Maybe. I can help.
Yeah. All right. I mean, if you're an airbender. If you could help.
Yeah.
Refresh my air under the water. That'd be amazing. How good are you at bending air underwater?
Pretty good.
Oh, okay. I think I've got an idea. Stop me if I'm getting too crazy for you. I'm thinking. How's my branded impression, by the way?
I just noticed you doing the freaking hands thing that he does.
Not so much for the podcast listeners, but like I use physicality to do impressions. So yeah, I have to do the head. Like, you know, let me stop me if I'm getting too crazy. Yeah, he just does hands. What I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking I make a little sphere of water, yeah, and then you come in the sphere of water with me, yeah.
Yeah.
You bring air with you.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Oh,
that's the whole plan.
Okay.
That's the whole plan. Yeah, we're underwater. We're underwater at that stage, mate. We've got air from you.
Yep.
We've got water from me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. Yeah, right?
Just a question.
Yeah. I don't know how you could have any questions after that incredibly detailed plan, but lay it on me. Lay it on me, brother.
We don't really need him at all, though, right? I could just use my air bending to just push the water away. Mate,
give it a go. See how you go.
It is an ocean. It's not like it's a lake.
I'm sorry, we're not... What's that got to do with it? There's still oxygen in water. There's still oxygen in water.
Hang on, you've just fucked yourself over with that statement. Do you know how much oxygen there is dissolved in seawater?
There's half the amount of H2O.
I'm gonna lay this one out right now. There's not, because it's H2O, so there's not half. If it's 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, there's a third.
Yeah, it's half.
No. It's 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. There's a third. And more importantly, your airbending does not split atoms. I just put that out there right now. If it was, it would be incredible.
Depends how good my airbending is, I guess.
I'm gonna let you know right now it's not that good.
I don't know.
You're not making cavitation bubbles down there. You're not a mantis shrimp, all right? Come on. I love that you thought you could just go down and just be like, and split. Just like a big bubble.
I was just thinking I could just keep the air. If I go down with air,
yeah. Yes,
and I just keep the air.
How do you go underwater when you're just air and incredibly buoyant? How are you moving?
Sorry.
What's wrong?
Pushing. I'm fat.
Chemistry doesn't work together. It's because it's dihydrogen oxide. It's 2 hydrogen and 1
That's
oxide.
what I'm saying. It's 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. So he's not like there's if he's splitting water molecules, he's getting only a third the oxygen he thinks he is.
Oh yeah, okay,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I can do science drunk. I can do it sober too. So here's the thing, right? Buoyancy is going to be a problem, Ted. You can absolutely create a little gust of wind around you and keep that around you, but how are you sinking?
Big rock. Keeko's pretty strong, so I feel like he'd weigh a bit. I feel he'd weigh a bit.
Hang on, so you want Keeko to hold a big rock, and then you're going to just airbend, and he's just going to drop through the bottom of your airbending bubble, disappear into the dark water below.
Well, I'll hold on to it. I'll hold on to him.
How? With
We're
what?
on the shore. We're on the shore. It's not like we're in the middle of the ocean. I can see the ship from here.
Hey, quick thing. If there is a big warship docked not that far out from the land, do you know how deep that means the water is for it to be there?
Maybe
it's not shallow. It's deep.
Maybe it got beached. We didn't see it come in.
Yeah, I reckon the two of us, water and air combined,
We got this.
we got this. Do you reckon Jedd will want to come too, or is it best like, oh, we probably need to take the better airbender, don't we? So maybe it's just you and
Yeah,
me.
maybe leave him to help with the bodies.
Back on shore, only because Andrew would say this. Back on shore, you hear Jedd muttering to himself under his breath, "Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor."
Jesus Christ.
I've got a feeling Andrew's not here. He would say that.
He probably would.
Probably would.
He would, but still, Jesus Christ.
Yes, my child.
Right, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I reckon now then the best thing you can do is have a sleep. I'm gonna have a sleep. I'm gonna head to
Well,
bed.
we're not going now?
It's dark, mate.
No, we're fine.
All right, I'm game if you
Alright,
are.
fine, go to sleep. If you want to sleep, sleep.
I think it's probably best if we all have a bit of a nap, and then we can like
Yeah, if that's
wake
what
up
you want, you can
bright and
sleep.
refreshed. Think about it, like big perfect morning. The beach will be clear of all the debris, and it'll be nice sunrise over the ocean. We can head on out, have a bit of a morning swim.
Debris still here.
God. For those who don't get that joke, he's making a joke that Bree's name is Bree.
I think everyone got that.
I did
Yeah,
not.
but by me saying this, it makes it even less funny than it was, which is very impressive, actually, given how unfunny
No, it makes it
was.
funnier.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to help him. Yeah.
I don't need help. I'm funny enough as it is.
Well, not the help I can provide anyway. Yeah, so
I need Alice's help.
unfortunately she's busy right now, mate.
Oh, damn it.
I require the full-time services. I can't share. Yeah, look, I think you and I let's head up in the morning. We'll see what we can do, and it'll be like when we went down to the shipwreck with well, I mean, you don't have to worry about the big moray. I'm sure there won't be an angular moray here. It'll be fine.
No, it'll be fun. It'll be good.
Nice. Look, you go grab a kip. I'm gonna go get our stuff.
No one's really set up tents yet.
Nah, it doesn't feel like it's the right thing to do when there's like bits of people scattered across the sand, does it?
I feel like it's better to be sleeping in a tent than just next to one of the bits.
Oh, no, sorry, misunderstand. I think people feel like there's a sense of obligation to deal with. Just sort of
Can
points.
can I start setting up some tents?
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Yeah. How many of us are there?
There's 5 of
Oh, is
you,
that-
plus
yeah.
Yariko's, plus Kyoshi.
I don't care about them.
Plus,
We can all fit in one tent, right?
It depends how big it is, I guess.
Yeah, it's big enough. Enough for 5, surely.
Where are you getting this big tent from?
The big red one next to us.
The one that burnt down and they like had to pick through to try and find Sonak.
Oh, yeah. It's not like that on the map.
Ignore the map. The map is no longer correct. There's still a ship on the map as well. And Kong. Kong's still on that map.
He's just hanging out.
Well, bits of him are, yeah.
His neck's hanging out.
All right. I don't think I got a tent on me.
No, but
I've gone
there's
to
the
the-
pirate stuff. You start to pick through the pirate stuff.
Yeah, let me just find a tent.
Yeah. Do you want to make me an assess the situation? While you're doing that, Tilla,
Yes.
as Keeko gets up and heads
I
on
would
over,
love to.
Sonak goes and basically like just lies down underneath one of the bushes up on top of the bluff. Just basically kips out underneath the bush. He watches Keeko, keeps an eye on him for a moment, then heads on over to check on Ted. Ko heading on over to help Kyoshi chuck the bodies of the pirates into the pit. Kyu checking each one as they do so and taking little bits off them. And over the next sort of 10-15 minutes, you watch as they begin to clear the beach. But this is just of the big bodies. There's still debris all over the beach. And you're a sandbender.
I am a sandbender.
What would you like to do?
First things first. Where am I?
At the
what
moment,
is
you're
around
still
me?
So you're still sitting near the ruins of that red tent. There's like 2 or 3 bodies around you. Not too far from you. The tent is destroyed, still smoldering. And probably like 5-10 meters away from you is Ted sitting down on a overturned piece of driftwood, just gazing out to sea. Keeko heads on over and sits next to him. They begin having a bit of a chat.
Cool. Can I take any material off of the tent that I could use as like a blanket?
Yeah, absolutely. Plenty of material. It's a pretty rough canvas. It's not like a really nice cloth. It's designed to be a tent to keep out the weather, right? But as you just carve through, I mean, you probably have a knife on you. I'd be surprised if you didn't. As you pull out your knife and begin carving off sections of the tent, you don't just get 1 blanket. You can get about 6 blankets out of this.
It's not for all of us.
And
You
one
can
spare.
regulate your temperature. I'm gonna give one of them to Sonak.
Yeah, as you head on up onto the bluff, which is Sonak immediately
Actually, I'll make one of them a pillow.
turn one of them into a pillow. Yeah, that's not a bad
Yeah.
idea, actually. Sand is actually surprisingly comfortable as a pillow, though. Don't forget. You can kind of pile dry sand up and get a quite nice pillow out of that as well.
True. Yeah. But yeah, I just kind of want to make him a bit comfortable.
What was that, Archie?
I said sand is coarse and rough and it gets everywhere.
Nice. Fantastic. Why would you mumble that reference? Well, because the actor did when he was saying that line. Sand is coarse and rough and it gets everywhere. I love Hayden Christensen. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, Tilla's you head on up onto the bluff. You can see Sonak lying there, and as soon as you approach, she kind of sits bolt upright, on alert, ready to run, and then sees you, kind of breathes a little bit. Sorry, a bit jumpy. You're Tilla, right?
Yeah.
Today, Junior.
Here, take these. Get yourself comfortable.
Thanks. That's really lovely. You're friends with Keeko, right? You were. I saw you with him and then the other Waterbender, Ko.
Yeah. Yeah, Ko. And then Yara went off with Lilly, the tiny devil.
Yeah.
And then
Ko was saying some stuff about her as well. They're a bit scared of her.
yeah, that's valid. Yeah. So just get yourself comfortable, get some rest. I'm gonna help them clear up the mess, and then probably try and get us a decent space to camp.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Did I hear Keeko right? You're a deputy?
I am, but don't worry.
No. I think I stopped being scared of being found by the law a while ago. I was sort of hoping for it recently. No, I just you're pretty young to be doing that. How did you get started in that? I wouldn't mind doing something like that.
My dad's the head sheriff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My dad's he's a dick.
Can we just make it that we said dick at the same time?
Yeah. You watch as a big smile crosses his face, this big relief smile. He's like, so you've met him.
Yeah, I really wanted to punch him. I'm gonna be real.
Oh, yeah. There was part of me that was hoping he might be a bit better with me gone. I wondered if maybe like I was making him angry and making him... But I guess in some ways it's good that it wasn't me. When did you last see him? Is he okay?
Can I do an assassination? I don't remember.
Yeah.
He was Oops, that's not the thing I was meant to roll. Such a situation.
So I mean, you can keep that roll. What's your creativity? We'll just add a number to it.
There is no number.
Oh, so that is correct. That a 5 is a miss. He's a 5 in that case.
But then what do I do with the other one?
Goes in the bin, unfortunately. As you reflect, Tilla, I mean, he seemed fine, a couple of days ago. You didn't really spend that much time talking to him. He was just a dick. He was a dick.
I mainly just remember wanting to punch him in the face. I'm gonna be real.
Your impression of him was like he just yelled at Kyu and was really rude to her, and then kicked you guys out, and you were like,
"Yeah,
what a bitch."
Yeah.
As you share that info. Oh, sorry.
He seemed kind of fine. I'm be real. I wasn't paying that much attention. Kind of just an ass.
Yeah. I mean, I've called him worse. I've called him way worse to his face.
I feel like that's valid.
It's weird. I don't really want to see him.
But you kind of do.
Yeah, and I know I have to. I can't. I've got to get back, right? I can't just run away from responsibility. What happened?
Do you think all of this is your fault?
Well, I mean, part of it is. Part of this is my fault. I haven't... Can you keep a secret?
Yeah.
I haven't told Keeko this yet, but I was the one who gave Kong the locations of the Fire Nation ship. I had trade routes, military information from the Southern Water Tribe. That's how I bought our way into the Fifth Nation. And I helped Kong for a bit. I swear, I didn't realize how... I didn't realize what he was doing. I didn't realize how bad it was, but... I helped him, Tilla. I gave him information, gave him strategies even. I helped him kill
That doesn't make
people.
you a bad person. Sure, you fucked up a bit. Everyone kind of does.
No, the worst bit is, Keeko didn't even want to come. Not at first. I talked him into it. He only came because of me. I know that. Now he's wanted too. I know I can go back. I'll be forgiven. I'm the son of the chief, and he's a dick, as you said. He'll just change the rules, make it so that I didn't break any rules, so I can't be in trouble. He's always done that. He's always bailed me out when I've been Keeko. He's got a price on his head because of me. I need to stop saying his name. What was the code name he said? No, it was Kikanori. That's even. He's still using his. He needs to get a better code name.
Yeah. I will say this: as much as I love Keeko to death, he's not great at the
Subterfuge.
secret identity. Yeah, trying to not make yourself obvious. Like,
he's always worn his heart on his
Kikanori
sleeve.
out of his own name.
Yeah.
But look, I can't guarantee that he's going to forgive you. Hell, I don't even know if he's actually mad at you. That
He's
honestly,
not.
if
That's
you
the
want
worst thing. He's not mad at me. It didn't seem it at all. We were on the beach. He was so happy to see me. He shouldn't be. I fucked up his life.
Yeah, but you're his best friend, and he thought you were dead. Imagine that from his perspective for just a second. He thought he was never going to see you again. And yet, here you are, a bit battered and bruised, but you're here.
Yeah, it's It's true. I just feel like... Thanks, Tilla. It's been a good chat. This is
Get some rest.
Yeah, I will. And then see if we can get him out of this mess I've got him into. See what I can do. If I've got any sway left with my dad, maybe he'll be happy enough to see me that I can get Keeko pardoned or something.
Well, he's not just your responsibility anymore.
Right. Yeah. The Avatar? He said he's working for the Avatar. That's a bit of a career change.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they got roped into it, but they ended up meeting the Avatar's girlfriend, and then she hired them. So now they're running errands for them, and they're trying to help them establish, I guess, a base of operations. But yeah, so that's a thing.
Yeah. It's classic Keeko, though. Whatever you expect from Keeko, it's the opposite. It's always the opposite. Like, I don't know how he does it. Chaos follows that man, and somehow he just strides through it with the biggest smile on his face. Oh man, I'm pleased he's got such good friends to look out for him.
Hey, you can count yourself in that too.
Mediocre friend.
We'll work on it.
I'll make it up to him. I'll be a better friend. Let's get him out of trouble first. Yeah, I'll get some sleep. Thank you for the blankets. Just one is fine. I don't need the rest. Like, keep them for yourselves and your friends.
Hold on to them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Work.
I'll keep them safe. Yeah. There you go. So Nakanod lies back down and pulls the blanket back up over him. Tilla. The beach lies before you. You can see that Ko, Kyoshi, and Kyu have been working very, very quickly to... I stuffed up their names and said like weird combination of the K. They'll start with K. It's too much alliteration. As they...
You did that to yourself.
I did that to myself. Yeah. Only one of these characters was canonly named. I came up with the rest. It's all my fault. As Kyu, Kyoshi, and Ko's, they're actually getting to the end of the pile of bodies. You can see that Kyu has a large pile of items on the sand next to her. The bounty book laid out. The items are being placed on each of the bounty sheets to allocate them to each one. And you can see that there's only really one or two bodies left floating in the water that Ko is now fetching using his water bending. Kyoshi sort of helping to pull them into shore. You can also see Kyoshi, as Ko gets the last two bodies ashore, begins to switch over into earthbending, beginning to move large sections of the sand over the bodies and then compressing it into sandstone before pushing sand back over the top once again. But the beach still has, shards of metal, wood, bits of people.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if I could do just like...
Sandbanks, turn over the...
5.
Yep.
Even not even maybe turn it over, but just shuffle all of the stuff through. So create a wall of just sand and then shuffle it through to like a sieve kind of thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Of course you can. Could you roll me skills and training, please?
Where is it?
Lilly, as you begin to make your way back. Oh no. That doesn't sound like a good
I took my other roll.
What was it? 2 plus 2 plus 1 is a 5. Tilla, it takes you a long time. In theory, this should be so easy. In practice, though, there's so much shit on this beach. It is hard work. As you go through this, by the end of this, you have picked up a fatigue, and you are really tuckered out as you go through this.
Honestly, it makes sense. I already had 3 fatigue.
Yeah. Pick up another fatigue.
I was tired.
As you continue to pushing this sand around. You get most of the chunks into the hole with the rest of them, leaving the beach relatively clean. Better than it was for sure. And as you watch as the tide begins to come in as well, you're hoping that the water takes care of the rest. Actually, I should add,
it's not.
Exactly. Well, the other thing is, well, right, crabs have begun to emerge from the sand and they're grabbing bits of things and taking it down into their holes as well.
Don't say that.
Hey, this is nature, baby. Yeah. Let's say they're crab... What would they be? Let's say they're like crab worms, like sand crab and sandworms combined. So they've got like the... Oh, no! No, I'm going to say that they're snail crabs. So like the sea snail with the large shells, and then like little crabs come out, almost like hermit crabs, but they have like a slimy foot that they sail across as they like come out, begin grabbing the things with their pincers and pulling them back down as they... So I can't make non-horrifying animals as they pull them back down into their holes,
That's disgusting.
bits of people. Yeah, Lilly, as you
Chirpy was
emerge,
beautiful.
Chirpy was beautiful. As you as you emerge back with the rest of the crew, you can see that the bodies are mostly gone. Kyoshi and Co have done a pretty good job cleaning up the beach. Kiyu has a large pile of items to prove that the bounties have all been collected, and Tilla's just finishing up clearing off the flotsam and jetsam from the beach. And I think, unless there's anything else we wanted to do tonight, yes. Ted.
Can we get my tents up?
Yes. Do you want to roll a
I
push
rolled a
your
10.
luck for me? Oh, nice.
I
Ted,
did it before when you asked me to.
fantastic. Oh, that's right. I was going to come back to you.
I did
about the tents,
assess the
and then
situation, I
completely
believe
forgot.
you asked
That's
me to
right,
do.
Ted. Yeah, you were looking around for stuff to make tents out of. Ted, as you begin
Yeah.
examining the nearby area, 10. Yeah, man. You actually get another question after this, but for sure, some of the bandits had not finished setting up their tents. You can see back over near the entrance where Lilly has just emerged from, there's still a few crates of goods, as well as some barrels just tucked away. Out of the way and out of view shot, just easy glance of you from the beach, but I mean, as you're sort of searching, deliberately looking for items that you can use, you do see these piles of crates, canvas on top of them, tents in position. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff piled up here. And as you head on over and begin going through it, yeah, camping supplies, there's even a few barrels of clean water here as well, crates of food.
Is there any of that ink stuff that we needed in there?
No, as you look through the barrels, it looks like it's mostly
Well, that's
consumable
right.
items they need on the beach. Lilly, there's a barrel of beer there too.
So did Yara and I find the boats at the back of the island, and everything's all good?
As you have a look over the back of the island, you can see that I think it was 2 canoes that you had with you. The 2 canoes have been dragged up onto the beach and have actually been tied to the trees. It looks like these pirates were potentially guarding them when Manbat ambushed them. The boats are still in okay nick. If you actually even wanted to jump back in and paddle the boats back, it's nighttime and you're not the best.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not the person for this job.
No, that's fair. Yeah, as Yara like goes to suggest that, and goes, actually, maybe not at night. Maybe we'll come back in the morning. But they'll be fine here. Like we can leave.
With the non-bender.
We
Can
can,
can I just plant a bear trap near them, just in case?
okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna accidentally step in that.
Someone's gonna get fucked up by that. Yeah, as you activate the bear trap, put it down, you watch as Yara turns to you and goes, "Do you really think that's necessary?"
I don't know. There might be other bandits around here that might try to take them that have hidden until now and they're planning on using them as an escape route or something. I'd rather our boats just be here, you know?
Hmm.
Do you know what? If there were any bandits around here and they were looking right now, can I let you in a little secret? This is a thing that you can use to your advantage whenever you want. Men kind of underestimate girls. Like,
Yeah, so they won't expect a bear trap.
yeah, but even more so, like if there were bandits here, they would have jumped out and like had a go at us. They look at you and think, oh, it's a tiny child. They look at me and think, oh, it's just a young, gorgeous, successful lady. And like they'd ambush us thinking that they could easily overpower us. Now, what they don't know is that you've got a fistful of black powder that you're willing to detonate at a moment's notice. Like seriously, a hair trigger. And I've got a little pouch full of water here that I'm willing to bend into a nice icy shard.
But what's to say that someone doesn't rock up late tonight or something like that?
Look, I'm not saying
Better
it's a bad
safe than
idea.
sorry.
I think we need to make sure we tell everyone about this just in case anyone comes back to
You always ruin the fun, don't you?
How would you feel if who do you care about?
No one. Herself.
How would you feel if if How would you feel if you stepped on that bear trap? Because Keeko had said
Well,
it. And you
I
didn't
know where
about
it is.
Yeah, but what if Keeko had said it and you didn't know? And he didn't tell you.
That's not the situation that we're in at all.
It's a parallel one. Come on, work with me.
Okay.
We should tell the others that there's a bear trap here. We do it quietly so we don't make sure no one knows. But I think we should
It's
probably be a
fine.
bit careful, make sure.
I'll also just make sure I come up first and disarm it tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that'd be appreciated. But don't you step on it though.
I know where it is. This isn't
Doesn't
my
mean you won't
first
step on
rodeo.
it. Well, I'm not saying it's not your first rodeo. I'm just saying that like you're putting a bear trap down and covering it with leaves.
Yeah.
Kind of funny if you stepped in.
Let me put it this way. I have seen fishermen caught in their own nets before. It happens.
I will take some black powder and streak it across one of the leaves and put that kind of on top of it. So it's like a very clear marker if you know what you're looking for.
Nice. I like that. Perfect.
And then we can tell everybody to keep an eye on any suspicious looking piles of leaves that have one singular black leaf on them.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Anywho, back to camp because I'm tired.
As you walk
Been a
past,
very exciting day.
as you walk past Ted, you can see he's currently like pulling out sections of tent, beginning to assemble. Well, it looks like a medium-sized tent. Maybe like 3 or 4 people could sleep in it. It looks like there's enough for another tent. There's enough material and tent poles and rope to set up another tent as Ted begins setting up this first tent.
As I walk past Ted, can I just yell out, look out for black leaves? No extra context.
Ted, you hear Lilly walk up, go, "Look out for black leaves, bitch!" and then keep walking.
Oh, I still have a question for assess the situation.
Yeah, you do.
Can I figure out what that means?
Based on that context,
Yeah. And also knowing Lilly.
keep an eye out for any leaves that she's done something to make them black.
Yeah.
Probably in the
Can I not
direction
use
she's
my
just come
question for
from,
that?
I would say.
Can I
Probably
not
in the
use my
direction
question
she's just come
for
from. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I'd rather not use my question for that. Thanks.
What would you like to use your question for?
What here can I use to
Yeah?
make a staff?
Make a staff, like an airbender staff.
Yeah.
Alright, so first thing you're going to need to start with is 2 pieces of wood or 1 piece of wood that you can cut in half to then fit the mechanism inside of. Because the way the staves are assembled is it's a single piece of wood that's been carved and shaped and then cut in half to put the mechanism in, hollowed out, mechanism put in, and then the pieces are fixed back together again with like the central metal axle being the pivot point for the wings to emerge from. Ted,
Yep.
you're going to need access to tools and a lot of experience doing this before. As you look
Okay.
around at what's available.
How do I find experience?
Yeah, it's like, as you I'm going to say with your assess situation, you know that you don't have the tools that you need or the experience that you need. You're going to need to go to one of the air temples. Like the airbender staves are complicated things to make. Like you're going to need to get one from an airbender or from an air temple.
Or a man bat.
Yeah, that's
Or-
what I
yeah.
was literally going to say.
Or take it from
Pick up
man bat.
Manbat.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to have to float with Manbat.
That's I guess you could dress up as woman cat and then try and like attract his attention.
Easy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's to make an airbender staff, Ted, you're not going to be able to do it here. Not with what you've got.
Yeah. Damn. Oh, good.
As you all reconvene, the tent's assembled, and you will
We all sleep for the night?
head to bed. You all may have a long rest. You also may take a growth.
Oh,
Yay!
hang on.
So,
We have a comfortable sleep, would you think?
yeah, which
Yes.
type
Yeah,
of
yeah.
sleep are we having?
It's a comfortable sleep. There's enough supply.
Okay.
Well, that's a good question. I would say that it would just be a comfortable sleep.
I found a lot
Yeah,
of
because
supplies.
these ones specify indoors or outdoors.
Yeah.
So it's like comfortable sleep indoors, rough sleep indoors, rough sleep outdoors.
It's a rough sleep indoors then, I would say, because it's not.
Okay,
Yeah, you're
so
not outdoors.
3.
You're in a tent, so it's a rough sleep indoors.
What about my conditions?
three.
Do I get to unmark them now?
Have you done any of the actions to avoid?
Um,
Yes, Bree.
Would you say that the deep and meaningful conversations that I've been having with Yara count as seeking guidance from a mentor or powerful figure?
Ooh, I would say that could count. Also, talking to Tomiko and Lauge and asking them for advice, and
true.
That also would technically count as well. Yeah.
So I can clear trouble.
Yes, you may.
What
are your conditions, Ted? Let's see if you've cleared any of them.
I'm afraid, which to get rid of is
Yeah.
Have to run away?
or difficulty. Did I not run away from
You
the air
absolutely.
temple itself?
Well, you ran away from the beach to go to the air temple.
Yeah.
And then I'd say,
Were you
and
already
actually,
marked as afraid
No,
Do you know
before
what?
you did
Yeah,
that?
I had that like basically at the
do
start.
you know what though?
Okay.
Even more so, you've just run away from the Air Nation as a whole by taking off your throne. Like you've
You're
run away
right,
from trouble by
so
going like, I'm avoiding
that
dealing
would-
with this. I'm never
That
going
would
back.
be like a personal sacrifice to absolve my guilt.
That also could
Yeah.
be that too.
So
I'd say
I will
that falls-
also mark
yeah.
off guilty. Thank you.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I have insecure. Take foolhardy action without talking to your companions.
I would say that's probably
Going to the
also
air
that.
temple.
Yeah.
Cool.
You've definitely
I
done
think you're good.
Oh man, it's all clean again.
I have 3 and I have not done a single thing for them.
Well, it's just like, but we can talk it through. Like, what are your 3? Because it might not be
I
necessarily
have-
exactly the ones listed there. We can always work around it.
I have afraid, angry, and troubled.
Yeah, I would say troubled. I think I would argue that when you're feeling troubled, to give guidance and support to another person, I would actually also count that as a way of you clearing how you like. Because I would say, like, if I feel a bit troubled and feel a bit unsettled, taking a moment to focus on someone else's issues and talk through advice for them sometimes helps me find ways that I can go forwards and figure out solutions to my problems. So I would say that, like, that conversation you had with Sonark, I would say that would help you clear troubled for sure.
Okay.
Did you say we leveled up?
Yes. Yeah, we're doing a growth. Should we go through the questions? Do you want to go through the questions
Yes.
together? And we'll go through it for Jedd and Keeko as well. I'll pull open their
They weren't
stats.
here. They don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a shame. Sorry, guys. I mean, I really tried to fight for you, but
Fuck you,
Bree
kid.
spoke immediately, and I just sort of went with it. Okay, so let's go through the growth questions. Let me just pull them open. Bear with me. Where are all my growth questions? I know where they are on my
Do you want me to just read mine out?
Yeah, we can read yours out. That's fine.
We can do our personal one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do the
Can
personal
you
ones
find them?
first.
Gratitude to a companion for their presence, support, or teaching.
What was that? Sorry.
Gratitude to a companion for their presence, support, or teaching.
Good question. Have you experienced any gratitude from a companion for their teaching or support?
Kyoshi, just before, we had a lovely chat.
Did you thank her for saving your life?
Yes, and I said we're even.
I'm not sure you understand what gratitude really means. Maybe this is more a growth question for you personally.
Maybe this is why I don't have a job.
Should we go through the general ones first, and then we'll go through the personal ones? So
Yeah.
the general
Yeah.
ones are: did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world? You've definitely learned a
Yeah.
few challenging, exciting, or complicated things about the world since our last growth. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem? Yes, absolutely. Did you guide a character toward balance or end the session at your center?
What was that one?
Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at your center?
It's a good question.
No, I didn't. Wait,
I never end up until, let's be real.
yeah. What was the first half of the sentence? Because all I registered was end
Did
at
you-
center, and I have
did you-
not.
Did you guide a character towards balance? Have you helped anyone on their quest for balance, on their journey towards being more balanced?
Do not count.
That one might be a bit tricky. I don't know if you guys have done that. I can say
If
that
anything, you're pushing me off the edge. You're my friend anymore.
Jedd is on
You
+3
brought that upon yourself,
control.
child.
Keiko's on +2.
I'm on +3
support.
survival.
I'm on +2.
So that's a no on that.
Was
But that's okay. We'll go
weird.
through your personal questions. Oh, well, that's a good question. Has anyone done any of the balance stuff? I think you guys did do a call out. I'm trying to remember who it was who did who called someone
Did we
out.
do a call out?
Must
was
have
it,
been
sorry?
Lilly.
Didn't Lily do it?
I think you did a call out, Lily.
I goaded someone.
Away from balance. yeah, that's right.
I
That's
haven't
right.
helped anyone towards balance. I've only pushed them further away from balance.
No, that's fair. I've got additional questions that I kind of add in because we don't do growth as often. It's harder for you to earn the growth advancements because we do it a bit differently. So I've got some extra questions that we'll do right at the end. But the other one that I go through. So for your personal one, Archie, let's go through yours again. What was your personal question?
Did you express gratitude to a companion for their presence, support, or teaching? Can I use the 2 airbenders who came down? Because I did thank them for coming down.
You did, and you were very they weren't grateful
everything
for
sort of went-
you, but you did thank them.
They
and
weren't
you were,
receptive.
and
Yeah,
you were
fuck
very
them.
grateful. Yeah, okay, I would say that. That counts.
Screw them.
Bree, what's Lily's personal growth question?
Did you get a friend to join in or approve of one of your bad habits? I feel like I was very much encouraged to blow up a ship recently by several of our companions. So I'm going to say yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking at the notes on Keeko's character sheet, and literally the top one is, in all caps, assess the situation from last ep to guide Lily to the warship. Get a team point for taking her to safety from the Avatar. So,
Love it.
I mean, oh wow, actually, can I just say, Brandon has taken some exceptional notes here. My name is now Kikonori Wetnose Popidopoulos. I am 5th Nation. This is fantastic. These are great. Need to send someone down to Southern Water Tribe. Hisperi with 5th Nation. He's got 6 golds. Oh, this is awesome. Look at him go. Tilla goes up to repair seal. If can't, break seal and run. Oh, these are great. I'm enjoying this. Kong Top Dog. It says no context by itself. Kong Top Dog. Dragon. What is Tilla's personal growth question? It'll be right down the bottom.
Did you pursue a desire or goal of your own outside of protecting others?
Good question. I would say that you have been doing things on your own. I mean, you've certainly not been focused too hard on protecting Lilly recently. Not since she's like kind of shied away from your protection and not been very helpful. I would say that you've been sort of acting a bit more independently. I think as well, although, I mean, I was going to say as an example, but you going and carving up blankets for everyone is not that. That is absolutely you protecting others.
Yeah. So yeah, I
Clearing
have
the
the issue
beach.
of when I am like classed as a protector, I really do not give a crap about myself and I just focus on everyone else. And if I end up fucked, then so be it. So this personal growth question is kind of screwing me over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say then,
I've
like,
had that issue.
can we think of any examples where you've done things for yourself?
I mean, running away from the blast is pretty selfish of you, honestly.
Yeah, you should have just taken it.
Fuck you, Archie.
Just saying.
Yeah, I'd say you've maybe not. I can't think of like a single moment that's like a defining feature, but I would say that like over the past couple of episodes, past couple of sessions, you've definitely been leaning away from protecting and looking after Lilly and being much more doing your own thing, kind of working with the group and not specifically with Lilly. So I would say that you can mark that. I think that makes sense.
I mean, you've wandered off and gone and helped with Sonak and that, which
True.
is more of like a personal thing than a ward thing,
Yeah.
a guardian.
Okay, can I also say, because this is probably not going to affect it yet, the whole reason I am doing that is because I want to,
Yeah.
not actually, but I want to, in quotations, steal them and take them back with me and then just assimilate them as part of the sheriff team and just like, no one touches them.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
just
that's
wanna
your
bring
own
them back
goal.
with
That's
me.
doing your own thing. Yeah, for sure. Keeko's question was, did you help a companion find a significant success with their issues or lead the group in finding a significant collective success? Yeah, I'd say Keeko's,
Yeah.
that's a definite tick for that bad boy. And for Jedd, the question was, did you try to make amends for past mistakes or prove you're a different person now? I'm going to...
I would say you
I'm gonna
kind of
tick
did
it.
that for
Yeah.
him because of the conversation regarding the cloak.
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
It's really kind of you
So
to do
Jedd
that.
did. So Jedd did is the answer to that question.
Yeah.
And then the other collective question that I kind of have for all of you guys is, have you, by your actions, had a significant impact on the world and changed it for those around you?
Yeah.
I think that's a significant,
I've
resounding
killed a lot of people, so
Yeah,
I've
we
changed
got
their world
rid
for
of-
sure.
We got rid of a few
significant-
people.
Yeah, significant resounding yes on that. So marker growth for that, and what we'll do is I'll wrap it up there for tonight because we've absolutely hit our time limit. But we will come back and we'll go through what you've taken for your growth. Have a bit of a think. You don't have to do it tonight. Most likely you'll all do it just before we start next Tuesday. But have a bit of a think, see what you want to take, and we'll go through what you take as your growth questions, your growth advancement when we come back. Ah, goodness me. Well, thank
we
you.
need 4 of them.
What?
How does I forget how this growth thing works. We need
You
4
just
of
got it. You just got it.
Yeah. Alrighty, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We are going to say farewell for tonight. For those of you watching on YouTube, listening to the podcast, thank you so much. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If it's the podcast, there'll be something like a follow or there'll be a button. You know the button. There's always a button. Hit that button. It really, really helps us out. If you're watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We are going to go and raid another lovely channel. Tonight, that lovely channel will be... We don't have our normal raid tonight because it's not a Thursday anymore. So I can't just say we're off to Corsair's Cove. So we'll have to...
You'll have to find someone new.
I'll have to say we're heading somewhere else. We could go check out D&D Live Presents. They're doing painting though. Mini painting. That could be fun. I'm going to go see if there's any... I was going to see if there's anyone else. Dice Actors, we've done Dice Actors before. I think they're a German D&D group though, so it might be a little bit harder to follow along. Sounds like Adventure are doing Dungeons and Dr. Phil. That sounds very interesting. I'm not sure what that is. Otherwise, we can definitely go and... there you go. Looks like Real Deal and Neil are doing a... D&D though. I wanna. If we can jump into D&D, that'd be great. That's right. Let's go jump into Dice Actors. We've jumped into them before, and they seem really lovely. They're a lovely group of people. I like their setup. So I'm going to get that raid going. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. We will see you all again tomorrow night for our Return of the Giants campaign. Oh, and there's a brand new game coming out in early access soon called Aloft, which looks really, really cool. It's a little bit like Raft, but on sky islands up in the air, and I am very excited.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go check that out. From all of us here tonight, thank you so much, everybody. Stay safe, stay well, and we will see you all again very, very soon. But until then, farewell, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.